Live on a Saturday night at Utah Grizzlies Hockey, as it's the first of a two-game series between the Grizzlies and the Tulsa Oilers. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. As the Grizz are on the road at BOK Center for the opener of a two-game series, I'm hanging out at the Grizz Cave at Maverick Center, and it looks like a big event is in the building with bare-knuckle fighting, and hopefully that will be a good event for the Grizzlies. Hopefully they'll bare some knuckles and come away with a gritty victory tonight. It's the third of 10 meetings this season between the clubs. Utah swept Tulsa in a two-game set at Maverick Center in the first weekend of the regular season. On opening night on October 21st, the Grizzlies got a 5-3 victory. And then on Sunday afternoon on October 22nd, it was Garrett Metcalf who picked up a 35-save shutout in the Grizzlies' 1-0 victory. Metcalf will be in net for the Grizzlies tonight. Utah is 7-1 in their last 8 games against the Oilers. Watch out for Mick Messner, who has 5 points, 3 goals, and 2 assists in his last 5 games. Brandon Cutler had 1 assist last night. He has 4 assists in his last 4 games. Watch out for Brandon Cutler. He leads the Grizzlies with 11 points this season. Last night, the Grizzlies lost 3-2 to the Allen Americans, as Utah is now 6-8 on the regular season, 0-4 on the road. Last night, Brian Yoon scored his first professional goal exactly 19 minutes into the first period. Josh Wesley added a third period goal, and the Grizzlies outshot the Americans 51-30. 51-30 was the shot edge. Utah had a 23-3 edge in shots in the third period alone. But it just wasn't enough as Levi Merrill-Linen stopped 49 of 51 for the Americans as they picked up a 3-2 victory. So hopefully it's going to be an interesting one tonight. It's the Grizzlies and the Oilers meeting at BOK Center. It's the second game of 3 straight days of hockey for the Grizzlies. As for the Oilers, they were off in last night's game. Should be a lot of fun. Grizz and the Oilers I'll be watching on Flow Sports, and hopefully we'll have a good feed to describe the game to the YouTube audience. And hopefully everybody will have a good time here. We know there's a lot of sports and entertainment options out there. We appreciate you choosing the Grizzlies here tonight. When we come back, we'll recap last night's game and talk about who's been hot for the Grizzlies. We'll also give you the lineups for both teams. We're in business on a Saturday night, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. There have been some outstanding performances by the Grizzlies here as of late. How about Mick Messner? He's got 5 points in his last 5 games. He's a +6 in his last 9 contests. Brett Stapley's been outstanding. He had 1 assist last night. He now has a point in 7 of his 9 games with Utah. Stapley has 2 multiple-point games this season. Brandon Cutler leads the club with 11 points this year, 4 goals and 7 assists. He leads Utah with 2 game-winning goals, and he's third on the team with 47 shots. Cutler leads the Grizzlies with 3 multiple-point games. Brian Yoon scored his first pro goal last night, late in the first period. He was a +6 in the month of December, and the +6 rating he has this year leads all Grizzly skaters. Utah's really had some offensive success on the blue line. Kyle Mayhew is tied for third among all league defensemen with 4 goals this season. And how about the captain, Josh Wesley, who makes his return to Tulsa? He played there in 26 games with the Oilers back in the 2019-2020 season. Wesley now leads Utah with 49 shots on goal this season. The 49 shots rank 5th among all league defensemen. Watch out for the Rooster tonight. He is second on the club with 10 points. He's also second on the team with 48 shots on goal. He's also tied for the club lead with 2 power play goals. Utah went 0 for 2 on the power play last night, and I got a feeling it might play a factor here in tonight's game. If the Grizzlies want to find a way to have success, they need to do two things. One, they need to get off to a fast start. Utah is 5-1 when scoring first, but they are just 1-7 when the opposition scores first. And for the Oilers, they've been pretty good when they score first. They've got a record of 4-0-2 when scoring first. In fact, the Oilers are 3-0-2 when leading after one period. Grizz, they've done a good job playing with the lead. They are 4-1 when leading after one period and 5-0 when leading after two. So it's critical for the Grizzlies to get off to a fast start tonight. And it's also important for the Grizzlies to get something on the special teams. See if they can generate some power plays. The Grizzlies haven't really generated many power play chances this season. And one, we'll see if the Grizzlies get a lot of power plays tonight. And two, we will see if the Grizzlies can get some goals on those power plays. When the Grizzlies are on the man advantage, watch out for Josh Wesley up top. And also watch out for Brett Stapley, who seems to be a pretty crafty player. And Stapley, as well as Martell, each have 2 goals and 2 assists on the power play this season. It's the Grizzlies and the Oilers. When we come back, we'll give you the lineups for both teams. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. We haven't yet gotten the starters for either team, but we do know the 17 skater is going to be the same as it was in last night's game. The Grizz are going with 11 forwards and 6 defensemen. The scratches tonight, Corey Thomas serving the second of a 2-game suspension. Utah is also without Dylan Fitz, who's battling an upper body injury, and that's the same case for Cade Jensen, Michael Underwood, and Cody Caron, as all of them are out of the lineup due to injury. Obviously, Corey Thomas, the second of a 2-game suspension on the big hit he delivered late in the second period in last Saturday's game against the Newfoundland Growlers. Starting in net for the Grizz will be Garrett Metcalf. He's had some success against Tulsa in the past. He had the 35-save shutout in Game 2 of the regular season. It will be his 4th appearance this year. He's got a record of 2-1 with a 3.02 goals against average and .913 save percentage. Metcalf listed at 6'4", 190. He's probably closer to 6'5" or 6'6". He is a native of Salt Lake City, Utah. His father, Stephen Metcalf, was a local linesman who officiated games professionally for many years. Metcalf, a former 6th-round draft pick by the Anaheim Ducks back in 2015. The goaltender for Tulsa is going to be Julian Junca, Junca. I looked everywhere for a pronunciation. I couldn't find one. Julian Junca is 6'5", 203 pounds. He's got an AHL deal with the Chicago Wolves. He'll be the goaltender for the Tulsa Oilers here tonight. We'll see if we can get the starters, as they usually list them on the ECHL app. Looks like they haven't been posted as of yet. Would you know the Grizzlies? And we talked about, the same 11 forwards as there were last night. That includes Denia Kura, who's going to be critical on the penalty kill for Utah. Brett Stapley, he's my pick for the Optum first goal of the game. Everybody make your pick, because who's going to score first for Utah tonight? I am going with Brett Stapley, who's got 3 goals and 9 assists in 9 games. Mick Messner's certainly been hot. He leads all Grizzlies forwards with a +5 rating. Adam Berg makes his second appearance in a Grizzlies uniform. Berg had 3 shots in last night's game, so watch out for Adam Berg. He'll be number 14. Aaron Aragon will be making his 9th appearance overall this season and 4th with Utah. He is 5'9" and 185 pounds. We will also see Tyler Penner. Obviously, the Grizzlies Iron Man will be in there for the 159th consecutive game. Dakota Raby had 1 assist last night. He has 5 points in 11 games. Nathan Burke, 5 goals and 4 assists in 14 games. He'll be wearing number 24 for Utah. Cole Gallant has 2 goals and 3 assists. He had 1 assist last night. He's making his 15th appearance this year. The Rooster, Jordan Martell, has 5 goals and 5 assists in 14 games. We'll also see Brandon Cutler, who leads the Grizzlies with 11 points this season. So the 11 forwards, once again, are Yakura, Steepley, and Messner, along with Berg, Aragon, and Penner. We also see Raby, Burke, Gallant, as well as the Rooster, and Jordan Martell, and Brandon Cutler. 6 defensemen for the Grizz tonight. Kyle Mayhew and Josh Wesley will be the top defensive pairing. Mayhew has 3 goals and 4 assists, he has 4 goals and 3 assists in 14 games. He'll be paired up with Josh Wesley, who scored a third-period goal. Wesley has 3 goals this season. We also see Keone Teixeira in his 6th season as a pro. He'll be lined up with Jordan Stone. Stone making his 5th appearance, second as a defenseman this weekend. And we also see Jacob Semick and Brian Hume. Actually, we just got the starters. Mayhew and Wesley are the starting defensive pairing. The starting forwards are Dakota Raby, Nathan Burke, and Brandon Cutler. Starting in net for the Tulsa Oilers is Julian Junca, Junca. He's making his 4th appearance this year. He's got a record of 1-1-1 with an .891 save percentage and 2.66 goals against average. Starting defensive pairing, Dougie Legrone, number 5. He has 7 assists in 17 games. He'll be paired up with Big Mike McKee. He's 6'5" and 240 pounds. McKee has 1 goal and 3 assists in 17 games. Starting forwards, Tyler Polson has 7 goals and 3 assists in 17 games. He'll be wearing number 11. Alec Butcher has 5 goals and 3 assists in 16 games this year. He started the year with Reading, and he'll be lined up next to Calvin Watson, Kalvyn is how he spells his first name. He has 4 goals in 16 games this season. So starting defensive pairing for Tulsa is Dougie Legrone and Mike McKee. The starting forwards, Tyler Polson, Alec Butcher, and Calvin Watson. When we come back in 1 minute, we'll have face-off over at BOK Center as I'm hanging out in the Grizz Cave at Maverick Center, and hopefully we'll have a good game to describe for you as face-off's coming up next on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Expectations here will always remain high, and we'll continue to find a way.
Guys put together a lot of good games, you know.
It's a great night for hockey as 2 big standings points are on the line tonight as the Utah Grizzlies take on the Tulsa Oilers in the first of a 2-game weekend series. A fan there, I think he's going to drop the ceremonial first puck. He ended up taking a spill on the BOK Center ice. Grizzlies come in with a record of 6-8 this season. Tulsa is 8-6-3. So after getting swept in the first 2 games of the regular season against Utah, Tulsa has gone on to play some pretty good hockey. They are 5-4-2 at home are the Oilers, and the Grizzlies are still looking for their first win away from Maverick Center. Utah is 6-4 at home, but just 0-4 on the road. The 2 captains, they're at center ice, or they're sort of in the corner. Looks like Josh Wesley taking the ceremonial puck drop with Keyshawn Gervais. As Josh Wesley, the big defenseman, played for the Tulsa Oilers in the 2019-2020 season that was cut short He played in about 26 or 27 games, and he had a lot of success in an Oilers jersey. Speaking of jerseys, the Grizzlies wearing a black jersey with white numbers and professional green trim. The Oilers are wearing a specialty jersey, as I believe it's Indigenous Night over in Tulsa. And it's a white jersey with a bit of red mixed in and a little bit of gold. Can't quite tell what color the numbers of the jersey is. The Tulsa Oilers mascot, who looks like he's in a constant frown and in a constant stress level. He is ringing the bell, and it looks like we'll have hockey pretty soon. First of two over in BOK Center. They will meet on Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. Starting forwards are Cutler, Raby, and Burke. Starting defensive pairing for Utah is Josh Wesley and Kyle Mayhew. Cutler will take the draw. He's got Burke to his right and Raby to his left. As the puck's at center ice, and it's dropped, and we're underway on a Saturday night at BOK Center. Grizzlies skate from left to right as we see it from high top. Well, actually, we see it from Maverick Center. Mike McKee moves it ahead as the Oilers get it back to Dougie Legrone. He crosses center ice, and he loses it. Battle at center ice. It goes back to the Oilers. They skate into the offensive zone down the middle. Backhand shot goes wide. That was taken by Calvin Watson, number 20. Grizz ice the puck. Tulsa skates over there. The linesman enthusiastically raises his right arm, and icing is on the Grizzlies 25 seconds into the game. Referee tonight is J.R. Strager. It's the first time that Strager has officiated a Grizzlies game. The linesmen are Chuck Schammel and Zach Carson. Draw's going to be in the far circle of the Grizzlies zone. 25 seconds in. Grizz skate from left to right as we see it from Flow Sports. And hopefully the audience on YouTube will be able to understand what's going on. Tulsa wins the draw. They skate towards the far corner. Now they drift it back to the near side. Tulsa hustles after it. Burke in the area, as well as Mayhew, as Cutler joins the play. As Cutler over towards the corner, gets held up by Watson. Now Mayhew back behind Utah's net will chip it off an Oilers skate. It goes towards the far wing boards. Raby gets it near the corner. He gets double teamed. Raby does a dance to get towards the point. Tulsa took it away. Centering pass bounced off of Wesley. Righty shot. Saved by Metcalf. Puck lifts high into the air. Bounces at neutral ice. Dougie Legrone across towards McKee. He'll tap it ahead. Wesley has a puck lift on him. Neutral ice as the Oilers dump it in. I think that was Watson at the end of his shift. As Mayhew slides it ahead, puck bounced off a stick, and the Grizz are able to slice it out to neutral ice. Wesley battles along the near wing boards. It goes to Tulsa as the Oilers back in their own end change things up. Jared Hilderman, number 3, has the puck. He'll bounce it to center ice. Pass incomplete. Arm is raised by Metcalf, as well as the linesman. Icing is on Tulsa. 18:35 into the first, exactly 1 minute after the Grizzlies got called for icing. Still early on. So grab some chips and dip and a beverage of your choice and enjoy a little bit of Saturday with us. We know there's a lot of sports and entertainment options out there on a Saturday night. We appreciate you choosing the Grizzlies this evening. Stapley will take the draw. He's got Adam Berg to his right and Cole Gallant to his left. As we're still early on, nobody's yet to take a shot officially, as draw won by the Oilers. Jared Hilderman skates around his net as he gets checked by Adam Berg as Hilderman moves it ahead. Tulsa gains the center red line. Now right wing, they try to dump it in. It bounced off a Grizzly. Slot, lefty shot, saved by Metcalf. As Anthony Costantini had a pretty good look, and Metcalf made a glove save with 18:22 left in the first. That's the first shot of the game taken by Tulsa, and Metcalf makes the save. Well, it's been a while since we've seen Garrett Metcalf. He's played in 3 other games this season. Remember, he had the shutout against Tulsa on October 22nd. Last time Metcalf played was on November 10th, in the Grizzlies' 5-4 victory over the Wichita Thunder. That's the game the Grizzlies came back from a 4-1 deficit. Utah wins the draw. Right point. Tulsa keeps it in, but it's a hand pass, so we get another whistle with 18:17 left in the first. Tulsa is averaging 3.5 goals per game. They allow 3.5 goals per game. Oilers are doing a good job controlling the shot count. They have taken 36.5 shots per game and allowed 29.7. The draw won by the Grizzlies. Back away from the screen. Yoon moves it ahead towards Aaron Aragon as Roosters out there with Messner. Right wing pass to center ice for the Oilers. They throw it to the center ice logo. Penner picks it off. Penner skates across the line and dumps it to the far corner. Hilderman and Penner collide behind Tulsa's net. Penner is looking for the puck, but it drifts towards the far corner. Messner gets it. He skates towards the left circle, gets around an Oiler, and Hilderman with a poke check takes it away. As a puck towards the net, Tulsa feeds back to the far corner. as Adam Berg over there. Hilderman will bounce it off at Aragon. Puck goes towards the crease. Tulsa will flip it back to the far side. Now they get it out of the zone. As Yoon chases after it wearing number 4. He gets there, the Colorado College product, first-year pro. Yoon moves it ahead, bounced off an Oiler towards the right point of the Grizzlies zone. Now Utah slides it back to neutral ice. Tulsa in control as they wrap it around the boards. Metcalf stays in front of his net as the Oilers chip it to the far circle. Now they get it off the screen to the right point. Puck exits the zone. As we're about 3 minutes into the game, still no score. Grizzlies yet to take a shot. Tulsa's taken one. Pass up ahead, taken away by Yoon as he slides it out to center ice. Now Tulsa re-enters down the middle. As Andy Carroll chips it towards Metcalf. Metcalf throws it back to the right point. Now the Grizz have it. Utah to neutralize. Blue line to blue line pass is picked off by the Oilers. Both teams aggressive here and have been well played defensively. Diagonal pass to the left connects. As the Oilers, lefty shot is blocked away. Gervais had the shot go wide. Puck goes back to the Tulsa blue line. Oilers feed it off the near wing boards. Oilers connect. Gervais drops it off for Jimmy Lodge, who gets it across to the far circle. Utah picks it off. Grizz skate from left to right. They have numbers. Grizzlies enter the zone. Burke feeds it to the far goal line. Now the Grizzlies skate around Tulsa's net as Grizz, Brandon Cutler skates towards his left. He's now on the left wing. Cutler with a shot. And it's blocked away. I think it might have gotten a piece of Junka as Cutler towards the end boards gets held up. And puck ends up gliding towards the Tulsa netminder. He covers up as we get a whistle with 16:15 left in the first. We talked about in the pregame show how important it is for both teams to get off to a fast start. Utah's 5-1 when scoring first this season, but they are just 1-7 when the opposition scores first. Tulsa, in their 17 games, they have only scored first 6 times, but they are 4-0-2 when scoring first. Stapley will take the draw. Second-year pro at the University of Denver. As draw won by the Oilers, Mike McKee, the longest tenured Oiler, throws to the far side for Doogie Legron. Now hits. Stapley delivers a big hit. Oilers ice the puck, skating over as Utah, and play is stopped as Tulsa gets called for icing with 16:05 left in the first. Still early on, looks like a good crowd is filing into BOK Center. Watch out for the Grizzlies' top defensive pairing that's on the ice right now with Kyle Mayhew and Josh Wesley. I think for Wesley, this might be the first time he's been back to Tulsa since he was a player in the season that ended due to the pandemic. Stapley will take the draw. As a linesman waiting to drop the puck here. Tulsa one shot. Grizzlies yet to take one. And the draw won by the Oilers. Mike McKee gets over to Doogie Legron, who skates behind Tulsa's net. Now he chips over to the far side. Oilers cross center, 2-on-3. They enter the zone. They look for a centering pass out in front. Now near goal line, shot saved by Metcalf. I think that was taken by Eddie Matsushima. As near side, Mayhew around the net. Boudreau in the area. Mayhew slides it ahead. Tulsa keeps in. Now they feed it up top to McKee. Back to Doogie Legron. Right side, righty shot goes wide off the backboard. As Tyler Polson skates around Utah's net, he gets tripped up by Stapley, and the call is made as Stapley touches up, and the Oilers are going to be on the power play first tonight. As it looked like Tyler Polson was skating around Utah's net, then he fell down, and Stapley was in the area, and he goes to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Tulsa's power play this year is 21.7%. The Grizzlies' penalty kill is 79.1%. Sharp-looking specialty jersey worn by the Oilers tonight. As Stapley sits in the box. And the draw won by the Oilers over on the near point. As the linesman was in the way, we couldn't tell who had the puck. As the Oilers left wing skate towards the circle. And it's Luka Profaka, I believe, has the puck. He'll feed it to the right side. Right wing, lefty shot goes wide. Grizzlies get it. They backhand it out of the zone. As puck goes towards Julian Junka, who's got an AHL contract with the Chicago Wolves. As the Oilers get to the near side, now they're at neutral ice. They cross center. Tulsa gains the line. Profaka feeds it to the middle. Grizz get it, and Dean Yakura pokes it back out. Oilers back on their own end, skate from right to left. 5 minutes in, still no score. Tulsa skates down the middle. Far wing pass. The Oilers cross center. Tulsa gets in as Mayhew delivers a hit. Penner tried to clear it out, and the Grizz do clear it out. Good job by Kyle Mayhew. Oilers up to 2 shots. Junka with an outlet pass towards Grizzlies territory as the Oilers skate in left point. They drop it off looking for Profaca. Jimmy Lodge in the area. Grizz get it. Cole Gallant gets to the line and dumps it in off the backboard as the Oilers will carry it across center ice. 5.5 minutes in. Tulsa skates around Teixeira. Backhand shot goes wide. That was taken by, I believe, Doogie Legrone. As towards the near side, Grizz get it. Berg couldn't get it out. Now Berg does get it out on a second chance. It goes to center ice. Oilers back in their own end late in the power play as Doogie Legrone, number 5, no goal, 7 assists, +5 rating this year, gets the neutral ice, left wing pass. Oilers carry it across the line as Kyler Wall feeds it out in front. Pass goes wide towards the far side. Now right point, Oilers back along the wall. Now they get back to the high slot, across to Wall, left wing. He fakes a shot and throws it to the near goal line. As the Oilers get it back to Wall, now to the high slot, lefty shot is blocked out in front. Rebound shot and a score. Tulsa gets on the board first tonight. As there's a lot of traffic out in front. Hard to see who it was. Looked like Butcher is in the area. So is Poulsen. Looks like Alec Butcher gets his 6th goal of the season. As Butcher high-fives everybody on the Oilers bench, sporting a mustache. Not sure if it was a 5-on-4 goal or if it was a power play tally. As towards the net, it was Butcher out in front. Then Butcher, puck lifted in the air. Then once it bounced, Butcher had a wide open net with Metcalf, and then just kind of slid it past the Salt Lake City native. Tulsa's taken the first 3 shots of the game, and they lead 1-0 as Alec Butcher gets his 6th of the year. Bart Butcher, new to the Oilers. He came over from the Reading Royals. So fans going nuts over at BOK Center. Looks like a pretty good crowd. This is actually Butcher's 2nd game with Tulsa, but it's already his 2nd goal. Started the year in Reading and scored 4 goals there. Oilers win the draw and dump it in. They lead 1-0, 6.5 minutes in. As Grizz, Brandon Cutler crosses center ice, right wing pass to Berg, who dumps it in, or make that Burke. Nathan Burke, number 24, is Junka taps it off the near glass. Oilers will attack from right to left. As Gervais gains the line, Keyshawn Gervais around Utah's net. He's now to the far side. He flips it back to the far corner. Reggie Millette throws it back to the near side. Left point, Oilers wrap it around the boards. It hits off the near corner and takes a strange hop towards the middle. Grizz will carry it out of the zone. Brandon Cutler skates down the middle, neutralized, lefty shot, saved by Junka. Puck still in play as Tulsa leads 1-0. As Grizz look to start to Stapley. Stapley battles, and he gets poked away by Hilderman. Stapley gets it back. He slides it to the left point. Now across to Wesley. Right wing, righty shot, saved by Junka. He holds on, some pushing and shoving after the whistle as Reggie Millette trying to protect his net. 12:43 left in the first. Tulsa leads 1-0 on Alec Butcher's 6th of the year and 2nd in a Tulsa uniform. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Butcher scored 6:22, and it is listed as a power play goal. In fact, there was just 2 seconds left in the power play when Butcher scored, which is his 6th of the year and 2nd in a Tulsa uniform. It's only his 2nd game with the Oilers. Kyler Wall gets his 4th assist of the year, and Calvin Watson gets his 1st helper. This is Watson's 17th game of the season. So Tulsa 1 for 1 on the power play. Grizzlies yet to go on the man advantage. Tulsa's taken 4 shots, 2 by Carson Vogt, and then Wall and Butcher. Obviously, Butcher's found the back of the net. Utah 2 shots so far. Josh Wesley and Brandon Cutler each have 1 shot. Draw's going to be the Oilers zone near circle. Brett Stapley will take it for Utah. Stapley has a point in 7 of his 9 games with the Grizz. This is his 10th game in a Utah uniform. As the Rooster, Jordan Martell's in the right wing. Cole Gallant. Now Stapley's kicked out of the face-off circle. Martell will take the draw. Still early on. 12:43 left in the first. Looks like a really good crowd in Tulsa tonight. Draw won by the Oilers as Andy Carroll skates around his net. He's got an AHL contract with San Diego. As puck ends up with Utah, Stapley skates along the near side as he steps over the line. As Gallant battles along the near boards, gets to the corner for Stapley, who gets blasted. Stapley now on two knees, gets back to his feet. Tulsa hitting hard here so far. As Rooster delivers a hit in the far corner, Junka behind his net will feed it to the near side. That's my best guess as to how to say that name. Near goal line, Wesley with a sharp angled shot, hits the side of the net. As Grizz get it back, Martell along the near wing boards, feeds over to the right point for Mayhew. Back to Stapley, far corner. Stapley tried to get to Gallant. Tulsa took it away as the Oilers ice the puck as Mayhew goes over. The only way we knew the puck was iced is the linesman raised his right arm. So the whistle blows, 11:57 left in the first. The Grizzlies get some new skaters as Brian Yoon enters the fray. Yoon got his first pro goal 19 minutes into the first period. Mick Messner's out there with Keone Teixeira. Tyler Penner will take the draw. And let's see, I think that's Aaron Aragon in the left wing. With Yoon and Teixeira up top. 11:57 left in the first. Tulsa leads 1-0. Penner, the Grizzlies' Iron Man, taking the draw, but it's won by the Oilers this time. As Tulsa gets it out to center ice, Tulsa skates from right to left in the first period. Grizz from left to right. They get to center ice and chip it in. As Grizz spin it along the near wing boards, it's cut off in the left point by the Oilers, who are in the attack zone. As they whip it back around to the right side, Oilers back to the corner now behind the net, looking for the wraparound. Shot saved by Metcalf as Tyler Polson was looking for the wraparound. It goes to Utah. Penner crosses center ice right wing, and he lifts it into the left corner. Penner chases after it as Tulsa gets hit. Penner around the net. Messner looking for a wraparound. Saved by Junka. Backhand shot by Semick goes wide as I think it was blocked out in front. As Hume feeds it to the far corner. Grizz, sharp angled shot. Saved by Junka. He holds on. 11:13 left in the first. Draw is going to be an offensive zone one. Grizz a little bit more aggressive here over the last couple minutes and getting that offensive zone time as Utah looking for the equalizer, down 1-0. Second of three straight games of hockey in the Central Time Zone. Same teams tomorrow afternoon, 2:50 pregame show, 3:05 faceoff. Grizz will be home next week for a three-game series against the Allen Americans. Draw is going to be in the far circle. Cutler will take it. He's out there with Burke and Raby. Raby and Cutler each had an assist last night in the 3-2 loss to Allen. As the Oilers win the draw, they throw it to the near side, back to the right point, keeping it in is Burke as he fires it towards the corner, but cut off about halfway from the blue line to the goal line is Tulsa. Now skating in, centering pass to Cutler. He couldn't get a shot off as he was too close to Junka. Now near goal line, Burke chips it out in front. It goes wide. Puck to the left point. Grizzlies keep it in. Cutler over towards Burke. He throws it back to the corner he vacated. Raby skates back up top. Now Raby skates back towards the corner. He's being hidden by the score bug over on the left side. 2-on-2 battle in the corner. Burke trying to tap it away. Now a third Oiler joins the play as Burke continues to push about halfway through the first period. Puck still along the far boards near the corner in the Oilers zone. As Tulsa gets pushed, now it goes back towards the point. Grizz have it as Yoon fires it towards the right corner and goes to Burke, who skates around Tulsa's net towards the far side. Burke feeds it out in front. Too many bodies out there as Junka stops it. As puck goes to the left point, lefty shot saved by Junka. Rebound out towards the Oilers, who flip it high into the air. Puck bounces. Gervais skates down the middle, throws it between his legs. Shot goes just wide. Keyshawn Gervais pinned along the end wall by two Grizzlies. Now Reggie Millette joins the play. He spins it to the left point. Oilers get it back to Millette. He lets it go around the wall as the puck's now on the far side. As the Oilers get it to the corner, the only guy there is a Grizzly. Halfway through the first period, 1-0 Tulsa. Stapley gets to center ice right wing and fires it off the backboard as the Oilers get it back to center ice. Tulsa in control as they skate down the middle. Now right wing pass. The Oilers step over the line. But it looks like the whistle blows, and the Oilers look like they're offside with 9:31 left in the first. Both teams have taken 5 shots. The only goal was scored by Alec Butcher, 6:22 in on the power play, as Tulsa leads 1-0 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Tulsa leads 1-0. Alec Butcher scored 6:22 in. Both teams have 5 shots. 5 different Grizzlies have 1 shot, including Aragon, Wesley, Burke, Cutler, and Teixeira. Draw 1 by the Oilers at neutral ice to get to center ice and wrap it around the boards. It hits off the near corner and squirts towards the net, and Metcalf covers up. Well, it looks like over there in that near corner where the Grizzlies are defending here in the first period, puck bounces off the corner and then squirts towards the middle. It almost acts as a pretty good centering pass from the corner boards. As Metcalf covers up, I don't think they're going to officially credit him with a shot, as both teams still with 5 on the evening. Tulsa 8-6-3 this season. Grizzlies are 6-8. As Tulsa right now is in 3rd place in the Mountain Division, just behind Idaho and Kansas City. Off the draw, and we couldn't tell who won it. Puck's at center ice. Tulsa throws it back in, cut off by Semick at the Utah blue line. He gets to the center red line and drives it in. As the Oilers get cut off behind the net, as they try to chip it out in front, Tulsa kicks to the far corner. Action in the Grizzlies' offensive zone. As Martel, left side, skates towards the circle. He gets quadruple teamed. Tulsa takes the puck and feeds it out to center ice. Tulsa dumps it in. And now they throw it down the middle. Oilers skate in. Lefty shot. Saved by Metcalf. Rebound goes to the near side. Grizz moving out towards center. Puck's at neutral ice now. Oilers throw it back in their own zone. As Grizz will make a change and get some new forwards. As Tulsa throws to the Utah blue line. And the Grizz poke it back into Oilers territory. Tulsa in control of the puck as Mike McKee back along the near boards. McKee surveys and he throws it behind his back for Doogie LeGrone. Make that Anthony Constantini. And now it goes back to McKee, who throws it back to the far side as the Oilers play a slow-down game. Now they move it towards the slot as it slides towards the left corner. Metcalf raises his arm. Play continues as the puck got redirected on the way to the corner. As now there's a turnover. Oilers, high slot, righty shot goes wide. Metcalf might have gotten a piece of it as he was off the screen. Grizzlies tap it off the near glass. It goes back to center ice as LeGrone drives it around the wall. Metcalf stays in net. As a big hit along the near boards. Penner in the area. Messner as Penner carries it back to center ice. Oilers take it away again. Tulsa gets it to center ice. They'll flip it in as puck into the left corner. Oilers throw it back towards the high slot. Aragon picks it off. Aragon gets to center ice. He'll carry it in far side. He'll chip it off the backboard and chase after it as Tulsa overskates it. Aragon, he looked to center, but hit the side of the net as he was trying to find Penner out in front. Tulsa, left wing pass, they cross center ice. Now the Oilers, Tyler Poulsen gains the line, veers off to the right. Righty shot goes wide as Butcher, the goal scorer, skates to the left point and chips it off the near wing boards. The puck wobbles to the corner. As the Oilers, somebody off the screen battles. Now they flip it back to the right side. Grizz in front of their net, kick it back to the near corner. Tulsa skates after there. Gervais gets hit by Aragon, and the puck goes back to Utah in the near circle. Grizz carried out to center ice. Big time hit delivered by Mike McKee on, I think, Mick Messner. Deep in the Oilers zone. Tulsa has the puck 13 minutes in. They lead 1-0. Long range pass doesn't connect. Mayhew will tap it off the near boards. It goes to the Tulsa blue line. Oilers get it back. Reggie Millette tried to dump it in, but it bounced off the linesman. Now at center ice, Stapley will flip it in. It bounced off of Jimmy Lodge, number 21. Lodge loses a stick. He picks it back up. Oilers have the puck. Tulsa doing a good job with puck possession. They have outshot their opponents on average by 7 per game. Tulsa leads the shot count 7-5, and they lead the game 1-0. 6.5 minutes left in the first period. Tulsa gets to center ice. Now they enter the zone near wing. Tulsa skates towards the corner. Carson Folks, number 19, will flip it back to the right point. Oilers slide it across. One-timer, saved by Metcalf. Rebound shot, saved by Metcalf again. That second shot was taken by Gervais. Now he flips it high into the air, does Gervais, and the puck bounces at center ice. Tulsa resets 14 minutes in. Both teams make a line change. And good thing the Grizzlies didn't touch it up. They probably could have been called for too many men. Deep in the Grizzlies zone, puck goes back towards Carson Folks. Folks used to play for Kalamazoo. Now at the Utah goal line near side, Grizz have it. Dakota Raby will carry it out to center ice. Raby motors into the zone. Right swing, he'll take a lefty shot. And it goes wide. He got hit as he was delivering the shot. As puck back at neutral ice. Grizz move it ahead. Right wing pass to Cutler. Cutler trying to get it towards Nathan Burke. He got flipped away by Tulsa. Grizzlies center it out in front. It goes wide. Now Tulsa gets the puck back. Grizzlies yet to be on the power play. Tulsa crosses center ice. They avoid Cutler's check. Puck glides to the right point. Delayed offside, so Tulsa lets Utah touch it. Grizz do. Utah skates towards the right side. Martel, right wing, gains the line, chips it to the corner, gets around an Oiler, chases after it. Martel gets cut off, and Tulsa gets the puck back. Oilers motor it out to center ice as they advance it into the offensive zone. Tulsa skates towards the near corner, but they get cut off by Yoon. Now another Oiler gets it, fires towards the net, goes wide, right wing shot. Saved by Metcalf. Rebound goes to Tulsa. Far goal line. They try to chip it out in front. Teixeira blocks it. Yoon gets tripped up. Is there a call? No. Grizzlies cross center. Tulsa gets it back. Tulsa skates the left circle. Righty shot. Glove saved by Metcalf. That shot was taken by Calvin Watson from the left circle, but Metcalf makes a glove save. 4:41 left in the first. It's the Oilers 1 and the Grizzlies nothing. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Radio Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Oilers lead 1-0, 4:41 left in the first. Never miss a goal. With flowhockey.tv, you can watch today's event live along with all the other Flow Hockey games for the rest of the season. Visit flowhockey.tv for more information and to sign up for your subscription today. That's FLOTV.tv. That's flowhockey.tv. 4:41 left in the first. Alec Butcher has the only goal in the game. It was with 2 seconds left in the power play. That's the only power play we've had so far. As Tulsa's taken 8 shots, Grizzlies with 6. Tulsa wins the draw. Hilderman skates towards the near corner. Now he centers it. Lefty shot goes wide. Grizz get the rebound off the far wall. They chip it out to center ice. The puck lifts off of Mayhew and goes into the Oilers zone. Hilderman chips it back out. As somebody off the screen this way, camera operator towards the left. Tulsa in the offensive zone behind the net. As the Oilers skate towards the far side, now they feed it off the far wing boards across to Hilderman, who fakes a shot left point, slides it across. Now back to Hilderman. Hilderman left wing, righty shot, saved by Metcalf. There was about 4 bodies out in front of Garrett. As Grizzlies deliver a hit on the near side, Matsushima in the way. Puck glides towards the far side. Tulsa centers it. Good job by Wesley poking it back towards the far wing boards. Penner gets hit. He gets back to his feet. He gets the puck. As Penner slides it across to Aragon. Aragon on the near side gains the red line and drives it in. As puck glides towards the far corner deep in the Oilers zone, Dougie Legrone holds up a Grizzly as Nathan Burke hacking away. As puck ends up towards the near corner, and the Oilers throw it back to the spot that was vacated. As Stapley throws to the left point, lefty shot gets blocked about halfway towards the goal line, and puck squirts to the far corner. 2-on-2 battle again. As Stapley gets the puck and he feeds it to an unoccupied near corner. Tulsa skates over there, and they backhand it to center ice. 3-on-3. Gervais throws to Millette, who looks to center it. Puck bounced off the stick of Jimmy Lodge, who couldn't handle it. Now Stapley gets it back. He lifts it high into there over the head of Dougie Legrone, and it bounces at the Tulsa blue line. Oilers get to center ice. Now they veer off to the left. Tulsa's Eddie Matsushima wraps it around the wall. Ian right side gets back checked by Reggie Millette. No call, as looks like the officials are letting him play tonight. Puck goes out to center ice. Gallant tried to poke it ahead. Oilers dump it in instead. Grizz deep in their own zone, skating from left to right here in the first period. They've taken 6 shots to the Oilers' 9. Long-range pass doesn't connect, and icing is on Utah as there's 2:41 left in the first. During the first intermission, we'll go over some scores from around the world of sports. We'll also statistically recap the first period. As we're hanging out in the Grizz Cave, looks like a big crowd at Maverick Center for fight night, and it looks like a really good crowd from the shots we've seen of the stands over at BOK Center. And now we got a fight. And, oh, boy, it looked like the linesmen were seeing Zach Reynolds, the Tulsa broadcaster, and all of a sudden 2 linesmen were breaking up a fight. Boy, number 27, Jackson Weeb, got in a fight with Brandon Cutler. We saw the very end of the fight. Weeb is going to walk to the locker room. And I imagine Cutler's going to do the same. Boy, as I said, we were watching Zach Reynolds, the Tulsa broadcaster, and then all of a sudden we had a fight. Cutler and Weeb dropped the gloves as both guys had each other in a bear hug. And then Weeb got a right, then he got a second right and swung and missed on a third right attempt and then dragged down Brandon Cutler. And then Weeb continued to swing even after Cutler was down. So Weeb having some words, and Cutler tried to respond while he was down, pushing Weeb's face. But Jackson Weeb, who was a star in the WHL, native of Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, gets in a fight with Brandon Cutler. So both guys will head to the locker room with less than 5 minutes left in the first period. There's 2:41 left, and that must have been well away from the whistle and well after the play ended. Draws going to be in the near circle. I imagine both guys just got fined for fighting. We'll see him in the second period. Grizz win the draw. Yoon tries to clear it out. Tulsa keeps it in left side. Tulsa leads 1-0 late in the first period. Yoon gets it taken away as the Oilers throw it back to the right side. Backhand shot is blocked away by a Grizzly stick. I think that's Teixeira. Tulsa back along the right wing. Grizzlies more physical tonight than they were last night against Allen. As Tulsa whips it around towards the near side, Burke delivers a hit near goal line. As everybody trying to locate the puck, Tulsa gets it. They feed it up top to the left point. As Gervais drops it off, Matsushima, left wing, lefty shot is blocked. I think it's blocked by Cole Gallant. 2 minutes left in the first period. As the Grizz get it, they cross center ice. 3-on-3. Left wing chip to Gallant. He enters the zone. Centering feet out in front, just glides towards the goaltender, Junka. And we get a whistle with 1:54 left in the first. It looked like there was some pushing and shoving after the whistle as play starting to get pretty physical over at BOK Center. Draw's going to be an offensive zone one for Utah. As, the Grizz scored late in the first period in last night's game, and we'll see if they'll score late in the first period here tonight. Draw's going to be in the left circle. Tyler Penner will take it for Utah. As a draw won by the Grizz. As Kyle Mayhew gets around an Oiler, feeds it across to Wesley. Right wing, righty shot. And it goes just wide as it tapped off the glass. Now left wing Mayhew fires towards the net. It goes wide. As it ricochets off the board, it goes to Eddie Matsushima. He gains the line and dumps it to the corner. Matsushima collides with a Grizzly. Puck towards the far side. Mayhew gets it. He moves ahead to Penner. Now we got some pushing and shoving deep in the Grizzly zone. Action over in the Tulsa zone. Shot saved by Junka. Yeah, I guess you have to be there to figure out who took the shot. As the Oilers get it out to center ice. As Tulsa gains the line 2-on-2. Tulsa centers it. Utah pokes it away. Grizz come back to center as Mayhew, right wing, drives it in. Puck around the wall. Junka kind of positions himself towards the far side as the Oilers behind their own net. 1 minute left in the first. As Tulsa gets it out towards center ice. And it's tapped by an Oiler at center and goes in deep to the near corner. As Teixeira wraps it around the wall, it goes to the far side. Tulsa holds up a Grizzly. Now the puck squirts towards the middle. Teixeira gets it. He moves the right wing pass to Stapley. Back to Teixeira. Oilers try to clear it out. Stapley, high slot. Righty backhand shot goes wide. Arm is raised by the referee. Boy, it was touched up when a Grizzly got it. Who gets the penalty? 41 seconds left in the first. As let's see who the call is going to be on. Looks like an Oiler is skating to the penalty box. As looks like an Oiler with his right palm in the air, wondering, what did I do? Looks like the Grizzlies are going to get their first power play of the night. 41.7 seconds left in the first. And right now, an unidentified Tulsa Oiler is going to serve 2 minutes. Utah's power play over the last 8 games is 6 for 22. For the season, Utah's 8 for 41 on the power play. Watch out for Jordan Martell and Brett Stapley. Both guys have 2 goals and 2 assists on the power play this year. Stapley will take the draw for Utah as face-off won by Utah. Tulsa leads 1-0. As puck goes back to Stapley. He's on the right side, just outside the circle. Left wing pass. Martell back to Stapley out in front. He couldn't get it. As Mayhew throws it back to the high slot. Now Mayhew gets it right point. Over to Stapley. 23 seconds left. Stapley, right circle. Feeds it across to Martell. One-timer. And it's blocked out in front by Junka. Junka gets back to his feet after laying on his side. 14 seconds left. Stapley back to Martell. Left wing shot and score! The Rooster gets his 6th of the year, and the Grizzlies have tied it up with 10 seconds left in the first. Both teams with a power play goal here in the first. Well, I didn't get to see much of the shot, but I believe it's Jordan Martell who gets his 6th of the year. And for Martell, he now leads the club with 3 power play goals this season. Shots are pretty close to even, and so is the score with 10 seconds left in the first as we're tied at 1. I think Stapley's going to get an assist on that Martell goal. Probably the main assist as he fired the pass from the right circle across to the left, and then Martell with a one-timer. So it's the Rooster getting his 6th of the year, Stapley, and Mayhew getting the assist. We're back to 5-on-5 as Grizzlies will dump it in. And puck towards the near corner. Burke fires towards the net, hits the side of it. And that will do it for 20 minutes over at BOK Center. Both teams had a power play goal. Alec Butcher, 6:22 in. And then late in the first period, the Rooster scored on a one-timer from the left circle. It's Martell's team leading 6th goal of the year. Brett Stapley and Kyle Mayhew with the assists. So both teams are 1 for 1 on the power play. And Brandon Cutler and Jackson Weeb each got fighting majors 17-19 into the first. So they'll start the second period in the penalty box. But for the Grizzlies, after allowing the one early, they get one late in the first period and have a little bit of momentum heading into the locker room at BOK Center. Once again, the score after one period, we're tied at 1. Both teams with a power play goal, Butcher for Tulsa and Martell for the Grizzlies. We'll come back and recap the first 20 minutes of play and give you some scores from around the world of sports. It's the Grizzlies 1 and the Oilers 1. Don't forget that Jordan Martell is the winner of the Optum first goal of the game as Martell scored first for Utah. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Welcome back to Maverick Center. That's where I'm at. Grizzlies are over at BOK Center. As we're tied at 1, both teams had a power play goal. Tulsa got on the power play after Brett Stapley got a tripping minor, 4:24 in. And with 2 seconds left in the power play, Alec Butcher, as puck was towards the net, it was in front of the crease, and the puck lifted high into the air, bounced. And then Butcher, right at his ankles, was wide open and fired it past Metcalf. Kyler Wall and Calvin Watson picked up the assist on Butcher's goal. It's only Butcher's second game in Oilers uniform. He started the year with the Reading Royals, but if that name sounds familiar, he did spend some time in the Mountain Division in years past. Butcher spent the 2021-22 season, so 2 years ago, with the Rapid City Rush, and he had 23 goals and 30 assists in 69 games. And then last year, spent all 72 games with Reading, and the first 15 games of this year where he had 4 goals and 3 assists. And he was acquired by the Oilers not that long ago. It was November 26 when he was acquired in a trade, and he scored on his first shot as an Oiler on November 29th. And Butcher scored on his first and right now only shot of the contest. That was 6:22 into the first. While we were looking at Tulsa broadcaster Zach Reynolds, Brandon Cutler and Jackson Weeb each got a fighting major, 17-19 into the first. Both guys were in a bear hug, and then it looked like Weeb got 2 punches in, then swung and missed on a third and dragged Cutler to the ice, and then Cutler just trying to hold his ground. As looked like whatever happened, Weeb looked like he was pretty heated at Cutler. And so both guys got 5 for fighting. And so that was kind of important because Cutler wasn't out there when the Grizzlies were on their power play late in the first period after Jared Hilderman got a slashy minor, 19-18 into the first. Grizz worked the puck around. Stapley was on the right side, fed it across to Martel, who fired a one-timer from the left circle that got past Julian Junka, and that tied it up. The time of goal, 19:49 into the first. Martel now leads the club with 6 on the season. He opened up play tonight, tied with Nathan Burke for the team lead with 5 goals each. Stapley and Mayhew with the assist. That means Stapley now has a point in 8 of his 10 games with Utah. Stapley also picked up his 7th assist, as this is his 10th game with Utah, and it's his 10th point. Brett Stapley has certainly been a force for the Grizzlies since coming over from the AHL's Colorado Eagles. And Mayhew got the secondary assist. It's his 4th of the season. Mayhew now has 4 goals and 4 assists on the year. So we'll be skating 5-on-5 to start the second period, as we're tied at 1. Shots, both teams had 9 in the first period. So both teams, pretty evenly played first period. Both teams with the power play goal, and both goaltenders stopped 8 of 9. Garrett Metcalf, making his first appearance since November 10th, stopped 8 of 9, and Julian Junka, who's got an AHL contract with the Chicago Wolves, he stopped 8 of 9 in the first period. Junka's a pretty big guy at 6'5" and 205 pounds, a native of France. That's his hometown. And I'm not entirely sure if I'm saying it right. That kind of sounded like what Zach Reynolds said during one of his games in November. So should be interesting to see what the next 20 minutes have in store. The Grizz didn't score first, but it's a pretty even hockey game. And right now it's anybody's game through the next 40 minutes. Jordan Martel was the Optum first goal of the game scorer. Optum is committed to making healthcare work better, leading the way to better experiences, better health, and lower costs for you. So if you had Jordan Martel, congratulations. You correctly picked the Optum first goal of the game score. I was close. I had Brett Stapley scoring first for Utah. Stapley did get the main assist, and after all, if Stapley didn't throw the pass to Martel, Martel wouldn't have scored. So I should get a little bit of credit for the first assist of the game. A lot of action in the league tonight. In the Mountain Division, Newfoundland and Idaho are going to start in about 20 minutes over at Idaho Central Arena. The Stillheads are 15-2-0-1 this season, while Newfoundland is 8-8-3. Late first period over at Credit Union of Texas Event Center, Wichita leads Allen 2-0. Peter Bates has both of the Wichita goals. He got his 10th of the year, 6:06 into the first period, and then he scored 5.5 minutes later, 11:38 in for his 2nd of the game and 11th of the season. That second goal was on the power play, and Wichita leads 2-0. Looks like a different goaltender for Allen tonight. Doesn't even look like Merrill Linen's on the roster. He's not one of the 2 goalies listed tonight. Mark Sinclair got the start and stopped 7 of 9 so far, and Corey Perry is the backup. So kind of interesting, or I think it's Chase Perry, not Corey Perry, but Chase Perry. So I don't know if they just brought Merrill Linen in just to play against the Grizzlies last night. Kind of feels that way based on what the lineup looks tonight. Thunder lead the Allen Americans 2-0 late in the first period. Other scores from around the league. 7 minutes left in the second period. Fort Wayne and Cincinnati are tied at 1. Late second period, Iowa and Toledo are tied at 2. Second intermission, Worcester has a 2-1 lead over Norfolk. 7 minutes left in the second period. Greenville leads South Carolina 5-2. And I don't know what's going on in Greenville, but they've got a record of 15-2 this year. And they lead 5-2 late in the second period. Just starting out the third period, Reading has a 3-2 lead over Kalamazoo. It's been a tough stretch for Reading, who is 4-10-1-1 this year. That's where Alec Butcher, the Tulsa goal scorer, started the season playing 14 games there. Butcher was an Iron Man for Reading last year, playing in all 72 games. Second intermission, Trois-Rivières leads Jacksonville 4-3. Trois-Rivières is 11-6 this year. Jacksonville is 9-6-2. Also, after 2 periods, Indy leads Wheeling 3-2. Also in the second intermission, Savannah and Atlanta are tied at 4. No score after 2 periods over at Cool Insuring Arena in Glens Falls as the Everblades and Thunder are deadlocked at no score after 2 periods. And in overtime, the Kansas City Mavericks defeat Maine 3-2. So Kansas City's record goes to 15-5 on the year. 15-5 are the Mavericks, and Maine falls to 6-8-1. So that's the scores from around the league. When we come back, we'll give you some college football scores as well as some NHL scores, and we'll further recap the first 20 minutes over at BOK Center as we're tied at 1 between the Grizzlies and Oilers. Alec Butcher scored on the power play for Tulsa, but Jordan Martell responded with a power play goal of his own with about 10 seconds left in the first period. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. I'm hanging out at the Grizz Cave at Maverick Center. Grizz one time zone to the east, taking on the Tulsa Oilers. A busy night of sports. Looks like a busy night in the NHL as well. Looks like just about every team in this league is playing. In the NHL, looks like a pretty full slate. A few games that have gone final. Dallas is a big winner over Tampa Bay, 8-1 the final there. So Dallas wins by 7 goals over Tampa, 8-1. Winnipeg defeats Chicago 3-1. Rangers over the Predators 4-3. It was also a 4-3 final as the Islanders defeated the Florida Panthers. A second intermission, Boston has a 2-1 lead over Toronto. The Bruins are 15-4-3 this year. Toronto is 12-6-3. Also after 2 periods, Flyers and Penguins are tied at 1. Also after 2 periods, Ottawa has a 2-0 lead over the Seattle Kraken. Second intermission, Hurricanes have a 5-0 lead over the Buffalo Sabres. And late second period, a battle of original 6 clubs as the Red Wings have a 4-2 lead over the Montreal Canadiens. That game played in Montreal. Starting up in about 10 minutes from now, St. Louis is at Arizona. At 8 o'clock, the Avalanche take on the Ducks. And the Canucks take on the Flames at 8 o'clock. And also at 8 o'clock, Capitals are at the Vegas Golden Knights. That'd be a lot of fun. Alex Ovechkin over in Sin City. That should be a good matchup. Washington is 12-6-2 this year. Vegas has a record of 15-5-4. In the SEC championship game, Alabama defeats Georgia 27-24. That certainly sets up some intrigue tomorrow morning for the College Football Playoff Committee. Is Alabama in after winning the SEC? Does Georgia fall all the way from 1 to number 5 and out of the 4-team college football playoff? It becomes very interesting. It was a close game. Alabama won 27-24. In the Big 12 championship game, Texas over Oklahoma State 49-21. Remember, Texas did defeat Alabama head-to-head in Alabama early in the regular season. Is the 28-point victory by Texas good enough to get them a playoff spot? I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Late first quarter in the Big Ten championship game, Michigan. They're ranked second in the country. It's pretty much a win, and they're in the playoff scenario. They lead 16th-ranked Iowa 10-0. That game late in the first quarter. In the MAC championship game, Miami of Ohio defeats Toledo 23-14. In the Mountain West championship game, Boise State defeats UNLV. That's right, UNLV was in the Mountain West championship game this year. 44-20 was the final. In the American Athletic Conference championship game, SMU defeats Tulane. SMU over Tulane 26-14. In the Sun Belt Championship game, Troy defeats Appalachian State 49-23. Going on at about 7 o'clock, Delaware is at Montana, and at 8 o'clock, Southern Illinois takes on Idaho, and those games are FCS playoff games. At end of the first quarter in the ACC Championship game, no score between Louisville and Florida State. If Florida State wins, they'll probably be in the playoffs. They're ranked 4th right now, but remember, they did lose their starting quarterback to a season-ending injury a couple weeks ago. Looks like a good crowd over at BOK Center as both teams scored a power play goal in the first period. Now let's see what the shot count looked like. Obviously, both teams had 9 in the first period. For the Grizzlies, Jordan Martell and Brandon Cutler each had 2 shots. Kyle Mayhew, Aaron Aragon, Josh Wesley, Nathan Burke, and Keone Teixeira each had 1 shot. For the Oilers, Carson Vogt had 3 shots, and then 1 shot each for Jared Hilderman, Kyler Wall, Tyler Polson, Alec Butcher. Butcher's 1 shot found the back of the net, and Calvin Watson, who has 1 assist so far tonight. When we come back, we'll have second period action over at BOK Center as we'll skate 5-on-5, tied at 1. After 1 period of play, we'll have the second period coming up next on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Welcome back to Grizzlies hockey. There's nothing like live hockey in person, and the Grizzlies will have 3 home games next week against the Allen Americans. That was the Grizzlies' opponent last night. Allen ended up winning 3-2. Grizz look for a little bit of revenge next week at Maverick Center. Don't forget, the next Grizzlies home game will be on Wednesday, December 6th. It's going to be a Smith family night. In fact, if I remember right, it's the first Smith family night in recent memory. And with Smith family night, it's 4 tickets for $40. What a deal. And if you want to bring a 5th family member, it's 5 tickets for $50, 6 for $60, and so on and so forth. Great deal at Maverick Center. Smith's family night, 4 for 40 tickets. That's going to be on Wednesday night against the Allen Americans. Face-off will be at 7:10. It's also going to be a 7:10 face-off on Friday, December 8th. And that's going to be an AFCU Friday, where tickets start just $10 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverick Center box office. And then the series finale is going to be a big one. It's going to be the annual Teddy Bear Toss as well as Ugly Sweater Night, all wrapped up into one. The Grizzlies had a record number of teddy bears thrown on the ice last season at just over 2,200, and we're hoping for more teddy bears this season. We want to flood the ice with nothing but teddy bears after Utah's first goal on Saturday, December 9th against the Allen Americans. And make sure to bring your ugly sweater when you're tossing those teddy bears on the ice. It's going to be a lot of fun next Saturday, the annual Teddy Bear Toss and Ugly Sweater Night. So we got a lot of good things happening at Maverick Center next week in the 3-game and 4-day series against Johnny Walker and the Allen Americans. Jordan Martell led the Grizzlies with 9 points in 9 games in the month of November, and Martell got the Grizzlies on the board with about 10 seconds left in the first to tie the score at 1. The Tulsa mascot, it looks like he's in a constant frown. That guy never smiles. And his face never really changes expressions either. Maybe it's Lavelle Edwards. Maybe that's what it is. As the draw won by the Grizzlies goes back deep in the Grizzlies zone, Utah skates from right to left in the second period. As we see it on Flow Sports, boy, right after we got a fight as Calvin Watson's in a fight with Dakota Raby. Watson holds up Raby, now drags him to the ice. 6 seconds into the second period, Dakota Raby got in a fight with Calvin Watson. Watson, 5'10", 175 pounds. Raby goes 5'10", and 170. Very similar sized players. Now Raby and Cutler are each in the penalty box serving fighting majors. Boy, they got bare knuckle fighting at Maverick Center tonight. It looks like we got bare knuckle fighting on the BOK Center ice in Tulsa. As right off the drop, maybe 6 seconds into the second period, looks like Watson got in a right. Raby was trying to swing away. Then Watson got like in a third right. And with Raby in a headlock, Watson dragged him to the ice. So Dakota Raby and Calvin Watson getting a fight. It's Raby's first fight of the season. And for Cutler, I think it's his second or third. So Draw's going to be in the Grizzlies zone. That's where the puck was when play stopped. Well, I thought for a second Mayhew delivered a big hit on an Oiler behind Utah's net. I thought maybe that's why play had stopped. But instead, it was a fight at neutral ice. We're going to skate 5-on-5. Tulsa wins the draw as Legrone throws it up top. As Tyler Polson, right wing, righty shot is blocked by Mayhew. Puck goes to the left side. Now lefty shot saved by Metcalf behind the Grizz net. Tulsa skates to the corner. Reggie Millette will pitch it out to the right point. Righty shot goes off the backboard. Now wraparound shot saved by Metcalf from behind the net. As left side, Tulsa wraps it around the wall. Oilers right wing skate towards the point as they get cut off by Adam Berg. Berg wore number 39 with Cincinnati. He's number 14 with the Grizz. Martel with a right wing pass. Grizz cross center as the puck deep in the Oilers zone. Tulsa has it. We have our first line change of the second period. As long range pass towards the right side. McKee skates towards the corner. Now he feeds it back to the far side in the corner as the Oilers dance around in the far side. Back to the left as they hit Jimmy Lodge with a pass. Lodge throws it back to somebody off the screen on the left side. Now across to number 22, Luka Profaka. He wraps it around the wall towards the far side. Grizz out to the left point. Messner pokes at the center ice before Tulsa resets. Oilers right wing get around center ice. Jimmy Lodge moves it ahead as Oilers off the screen. They shoot, they score. As Keyshawn Gervais finds the back of the net. As we were just looking at neutral ice, that's where the camera was. And before you knew it, a quick glance to the right. And the puck's in the back of the net. Keyshawn Gervais gets his fourth of the year. Here's a replay. We're seeing it for the first time. Looked like they got it to the left side, then back to Gervais on the give and go. Actually, it was Kyle Krenkovic. Krenkovic, number 37, was in front of the net and looked like he put it away. As Krenkovic in a give and go with Carson Foltz. So it's Kyle Krenkovic who gets his seventh of the year. Time there's 18:36 left to go in the second period. So the time of goal is 1:24 in. And Kyle Krenkovic looks like he got his seventh of the year. Off the drop, big hit at center ice along the near boards as Nathan Burke got hit in the back. Now the Grizzlies enter the zone. Penner over to Burke, who skates down the middle. Backhand shot is chipped away by Tulsa. Puck in the far corner. Burke gets hit. As the Grizz skate around, they feed it to the right circle for Penner. And Tulsa will poke it away. Out to center ice. The Oilers gained the line. Jimmy Lodge stops in the right point. Lodge fires towards the net. It goes wide. He tried to go stick side on Metcalf. Now left point. Oilers get it back to the corner as Tulsa skates towards the point. They drop it off. Now back to somebody off the screen. High slot. Lefty shot. Saved by Metcalf. Rebound shot. And that one goes wide. Left point. Legrone gets it back. Fires towards the net. It's blocked by Utah as the Grizz moving out to center ice. We apologize if we're not very descriptive tonight as we're at the mercy of this video feed at BOK Center. Deep in the Oilers zone, Tulsa has it. Both teams make a line change 2.5 minutes into the second period. Tulsa leads 2-1. Long-range pass towards the Utah line is picked off by Wesley. He slides it across to Mayhew. Back to Wesley as they play catch. Wesley crosses center ice. He gets back checked, but carries the puck. He goes to the right circle. Righty shot. Saved by Junka, and he holds on. Good job by Josh Wesley getting to center ice and then finding a sweet spot in the right circle to fire a righty shot, but Junka made the save as play stops with 17:16 left in the first. You know, we had mentioned that Wesley, the Grizzlies captain, is a former member of the Tulsa Oilers. He played in 26 games with Tulsa in the 2019-2020 season. He had 8 goals and 9 assists. He also appeared in 25 AHL games that year with San Antonio. I think at that time, San Antonio was an affiliate of the Oilers. As Grizz win the draw in the offensive zone, over in the near corner, Utah gets tripped up. No call on the play as Stapley gets back to his feet. Martel loses it as the Oilers carry it out to center. Tulsa whips it to the right side as Gervais looked to center it, bounced off of Berg. Tulsa skates to the high slot. Now they drop it off right wing. Righty shot goes wide. That was taken by Anthony Costantini, number 10. As Costantini's towards the left side, he pokes it from Mayhew. Millette keeps it in, fires towards the net, delayed offside, and the Grizzlies have the puck deep in their own zone. Grizz skate from right to left as Wesley moves it out towards center ice. Wesley backhands it ahead, but it's taken away by the Oilers. Tulsa skates to the left circle. Now they skate towards the net. Gervais loses his balance. Backhand shot saved by Metcalf. As Gervais was able to get a shot off after losing his balance, Grizz start the attack again. Berg gains center ice, and he chips it to the right corner as the Oilers get the bouncing puck before it gets to the corner as the Oilers cross center ice. Utah took it away. Grizz have a breakaway. Aragon skates down the middle. Backhand shot saved by Junka. And he holds on as Tulsa turned it over at neutral ice. Aragon had a breakaway, just skated down the middle, fired a backhand shot that you routinely see, and somehow the big Tulsa goaltender said no, senor, as Aragon looked like he tried to lift it, but just didn't get any air on the puck as it kind of stayed on the ice, and Junka was able to cover up as Aragon, I think he wanted to go top shelf, but the puck never got airborne, and instead tried to go 5-hole on Junka, and he was able to cover up. So it stays a 2-1 Tulsa lead about 4 minutes into the second period. Tulsa leads 2-1. They've scored 1 goal in each of the frames. Tulsa wins the draw. They ice the puck. Metcalf raises his left arm, and the linesman raises his right. As draw is going to come back towards Julian Junka. Kyle Krankovic had the second period goal for the Oilers. For a second, I thought it was Keyshawn Gervais, but Krankovic got his 7th of the year. Carson Vogt and Jimmy Lodge got the assist. The time of the Tulsa goal, 1:24 into the second period. Oilers so far have outshot the Grizzlies 4-2 in the second period. Grizz win the draw. Yoon, left wing, righty shot is blocked about 10 feet in front of Junka. Now right side, off the screen, back to Yoon, who chips it to the near corner. As Burke gets the Cutler's fresh out of the box after serving his fighting major. Cutler around the net, and he chips it ahead as Tulsa lifts it high into the air. Yoon chases after it. He gets there. No icing as Yoon over in the far corner gets blasted. As Yoon throws to the left point, Tulsa keeps it in. Puck around the wall, right side. Big collision as Burke moves ahead to neutral ice. Gallant couldn't reach it as the Oilers gain center ice left wing and wrap it around the wall. As the Oilers get hit at the near side. And Utah gets the puck as Krankovic was battling with, I believe, Aragon. Big hit at neutral ice. We've already had 2 fights. And let's see, there was a huge hit at center ice just at the side of the screen. Interference is going to be the call. And the Oilers plead their case. Does Mike McKee, the big 6'5", 240-pound defenseman, as looked like he just blasted a Grizzly at center ice. But it's going to be an interference minor as McKee argues the case with J.R. Stringer. Boy, a Grizzly player looks like was shaken up. Who is it? As looked like guy on 2 knees. He must have been the one that absorbed the hit. I think it's Cutler. As the other 4 Grizzly skaters are looking at Cutler to make sure he's okay. As I believe that's the guy that McKee blasted at neutral ice. Cutler now back to his feet. Looks like he'll be okay. As he'll be on the ice for this Grizzlies power play shift. Utah 1-for-1 on the man advantage tonight. As Cutler will be on the right wing. Stapley will take the face off. Messner on the left wing. Up top, we believe, is Mayhew and Wesley. 2-1 Oilers. 15-11 left in the second. Draw 1 by Tulsa. As Utah's on the power play. Oilers will clear it all the way out. As Metcalf stays in net. Chasing after it is Tulsa and Jackson Wiebe. He gets hit by Mayhew. Wiebe pushes Mayhew, who moves it ahead. Stapley back to Mayhew. He gets to neutral ice. He carries it across center. He skates down the middle. Right wing pass as he enters the zone. Messner skates along the far goal line. Now he's back to the near side. He's off the screen. He gets to Wesley left side. Now somebody from the right point off the screen. Mayhew over to Stapley. Right circle. Stapley try to feed it across to Wesley. It's picked off down the middle by Tulsa, who clears it out. Metcalf skates all the way to the near circle to get the puck, and he gets it to Mayhew. 5.5 minutes into the second period, 2-1 Tulsa. They don't have on the screen the amount of power play time left for Utah. As Cutler crosses center ice, gains the line, tried to drop it off for Wesley. Tulsa gets it, and Reggie Millette clears it out. Metcalf behind his net. Krenkovic chases after him. Metcalf feeds it towards the far wing boards to Mayhew. It kicked into the corner and rolled back to Metcalf. Boy, the corners are crazy over at BOK Center, taking those hops. Burke gains the line left side, gets around an Oiler as he feeds it to the corner. Burke tried to shovel it across. Tulsa took it away. As Constantini in the way, Oilers couldn't clear it out. Grizzlies right wing have it. As Brian Hume will feed it to the right side. Grizzlies have made a line change. They're trying to kick it towards Martell down the middle. Tulsa picks it off. They carry it across the zone. 2-on-1. Oilers skate down the middle. Righty shot. Saved by Metcalf. Now Tulsa gets it back. Righty shot goes wide. As Teixeira gets it, he skates down the middle. He's still in the Grizzlies zone. Teixeira surveys. Now he crosses center ice. Right wing pass. Utah enters with momentum late in the power play. Grizz behind the net. Feed it to Burke on the near side. Now up top to Martell, who guides it to the right. As now to the high slot, Teixeira fakes a shot over to Martell, one-timer, and a save by Junka. As puck still in play to the far side, Grizz get it up top. Yoon, right wing, righty shot. It gets redirected and goes wide. Burke was in front of the net. Teixeira in the area late in the power play. As a puck glid towards the middle, Martell shot, saved by Junka. Puck still in play. Right side, Grizz fire a right wing shot, and it's blocked. As Utah battles, they keep the puck. As it looks like we're back to 5-on-5 skating. Right wing lefty shot, saved by Junka. Rebound goes to Tulsa. Oilers cross center ice. Skating down the middle and entering the zones, Jackson Weeb. He'll glide to the left. Righty shot, saved by Metcalf. Grizz lift it high into the air. It bounces at center ice. Somebody off the screen has the puck, and it's the Oilers. They move it out to center ice. Grizz chase after it. Metcalf will give it to Jacob Semick. Semick behind the net. Thought about taking it. Now he gave it over towards Stone. Grizz, move it ahead. Penner wearing an A on his sweater. Guides it towards the Tulsa blue line. Tulsa advances it to center ice. Grizz escape back into the zone. Berg centers it to Aragon. It lifted. Aragon gloved it and dropped it. Now he gets blasted. Left wing, Mayhew skates around Millette. Now Mayhew left wing shot. Saved by Junka. Battle out in front of the net as the puck pinballs around. Grizz kick it over to the far corner. Berg in the near corner hustles after it. After bobbling it for a second, he loses it. Oilers will pitch it out to center ice. Bouncing puck, Tulsa gets it. They enter the zone 2-on-3. As Millette hanging around the left point, waiting for everybody else to enter. He'll throw it off the backboard. Tulsa keeps it in. Right wing, shot saved by Metcalf. Heavens know who took that shot. It was off the screen. Might have been Dougie Legrone. He gets the puck right wing. Moves it ahead to Polson, who dumps it in from just outside the Grizzlies' blue line. Utah turning it over as they fall down. Metcalf pokes it back away. Grizz towards center ice. Penner drags down an Oiler. Aragon in the area. Bounced off an Oiler in their shin. As delayed offside, Grizz moving off the screen to center ice. Aragon couldn't reach it. As the Oilers back deep in their own zone, 9 minutes into the second period, have it. Tulsa leads 2-1. They skate from left to right. Tulsa carries it out to center ice, and they lift it in. Metcalf behind his net will guide it along the near side. It's a bounced off an Oiler as Teixeira battles. And now the Oilers towards the right point. And somebody fires to the net. It gets redirected. Oilers score. As it's now 3-1. As, boy, we didn't really get much of a look at it, but skating to the bench first is Alec Butcher. It looks like he gets the second of the game. Puck was in the right point. They fired towards the net, and I don't know if Butcher redirected it. Let's see if they'll show a replay. As puck was towards the goal line, I guess it was more of a pass than a shot. Butcher, backhand shot that roofed right over the right shoulder of Garrett Metcalf. Nice shot by Butcher, who gets his third in a Tulsa uniform and 7th overall this season. He seemed to be a pretty big pickup, acquired in a trade with Reading on November 26th. So it's the Oilers 3 and the Grizzlies 1. As Butcher's going to get the goal, we'll find out later who gets the assist. 10:43 left in the second. We're about halfway through, and the Grizz once again need to overcome a 2-goal deficit. As Tulsa wins the draw, Oilers have played good hockey this year. They are 8-6-3 and in third place in the Mountain Division. Tulsa over to the left side. As they fire towards the net, it's blocked. Now left point, Oilers wrap it around the walls there in the offensive zone. And it looks like we got the camera operators from last night here. As Tulsa back at their goal line. Now they start the attack from left to right. As they pass ahead, as Tulsa gets towards center ice. Burke with a back check. Tulsa carries it in as they feed it to somebody off the screen. Over in the far corner, Stone delivers a big hit. As the puck goes around Utah's net, Cutler will shovel it out to center ice. Tulsa lets it go. Junka in front of his crease will move it ahead. Now Tulsa skates around their net as they get it to the right side. Tulsa now in Grizzlies territory. They step over the line, fake a shot. Now they take one left circle, lefty shot, saved by Metcalf. He holds on. Tulsa leads 3-1. Alec Butcher has 2 goals on the night as the Oilers have scored 2 unanswered here in the second period. It's Tulsa 3, Utah 1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Tulsa leads 3-1. Game was tied at 1 after 1 period. Kyle Krenkovic scored 124 into the second with Carson Vogt and Jimmy Lodge getting the assists. And then the Oilers extended their lead as Alec Butcher got his second of the game on a nice backhand shot that went top shelf over Garrett Metcalf's right shoulder. Butcher is 7th of the year and 3rd in a Tulsa uniform. It's only his second game with the Oilers. That goal was scored 9-17 in. Anthony Costantini and Carl Boudrea with the assists. Grizz win the draw. They skate from right to left. Berg with speed crosses center ice. He dumps it in. Berg chases after a big collision as the glass sways back and forth along the near side. Behind Tulsa's net, 2-on-2 battle. Oilers come out of the pile with the puck. Tulsa lifts it out to center ice. Mayhew gets the skipping puck, feeds it across to Wesley, who drives it in off the backboard as it bounced off the glass. Taking it is Hilderman as he gets hit. The puck goes to center ice. Oilers advance 3-on-3. Left wing, righty shot. Goes wide, and now we got some real pushing and shoving after the whistle. Josh Wesley, Cole Gallant get into it with the Oilers as Martell with some words as well. As Utah down by 2 needs to get some momentum back in this game, and maybe they can do it physically. As can't see who the Oiler is that Wesley's having a conversation with. It's Jared Hilderman. Hilderman goes 6'1", 207 pounds. Wesley is 6'3", 201. And for Utah, after Tulsa there, first half of the second period, picked up 2 goals to make it a 3-1 game. Well, it's kind of tough. I mean, the game plan going into tonight's game is playing with the lead. You know, Grizzlies have done a good job playing with the lead this year, and they got to play catch-up once again. As after the whistle, there was some pushing and shoving there with Hilderman and Wesley. Hilderman's helmet was off, and Hilderman's sporting a lot of hair, a lot of blonde hair that was flowing back and forth. Adam Berg holding his face as if he was hit up high. Tries to be neutralized. 3-1 Oilers. I imagine what happened is the whistle blew, and I think Tulsa probably fired towards Metcalf. That might have been what it was. Utah wins the draw. Teixeira gains center ice and wraps it around the wall towards the far side. Utah gets knocked down behind the Oilers net. Tulsa in their specialty jerseys, right wing. They pitch it across off the left corner. Metcalf behind his net gets to Yoon, who slides it to the near side as it bounced off of Watson. Grizzlies get it. Stapley crosses center ice. He enters. He doesn't have numbers. Stapley chips it out in front. Grizz with a shot. And they score. Oh, they score. Goal light now goes off as Junka pleads his case as it's now a 3-2 game. As Grizz Stapley fed it out in front. Couldn't see who it was. Junka argues that there should have been goaltender interference, but it looks like the Grizzlies get their second goal of the game. We couldn't quite see who it was that scored the goal. It might have been Brian Yu. Now they're going to go to video replay, I think, to see if there was goaltender interference. As Junka, the Tulsa goaltender, immediately argued his case. 8:50 left in the second period. It would be Brett Stapley's second assist of the contest if the goal stands. We're not quite sure who it was. We didn't get a good angle as to who the cutter in front of the net was. It might have been Brian Yu. And if it is, that's his second goal of the season, and he would have a goal in back-to-back games. Unfortunately, I guess because we're seeing the same feed you get on the Jumbotron at BOK Center, they are not going to show a replay. I guess to have the crowd make some sort of influence. The viewer at home is the one that loses in this case. We can't get a second look as to what the call is going to be. We might get the final call, but we don't really have a second look as to see whether a goal should be counted or not. The goal light, it took a couple seconds for the goal light to go off. But once it did, we knew that the Grizz had officially found the back of the net. Is the goal going to count? It's either 3-1 Tulsa or it's 3-2. With the Grizzlies getting some momentum after Tulsa had scored. Tulsa with 2 quick ones in the second period. It looks like a really good crowd. Very few empty seats over at BOK Center tonight. Right now it's 3-1. It's going to be 3-2. It didn't really look like it. Looked like it was a bang-bang play as the Grizzly player was towards the crease and nudged it in. Junka's a pretty big guy, so he takes up a lot of the crease at 6'5" and 203 pounds. I guess it's going to be a pretty close call. Now, remember, the call on the ice, we believe, is a good goal, which would be Utah's second of the night. Unfortunately, they may never show a replay of it. If it does count as a goal, we might not see a replay either way. So we'll just have to kind of figure it out as we go along, as we're watching the game on Flow Sports. And let's see. Now players are going to center ice, and it is a good goal. Utah's cut into the lead. It's 3-2. The goal is credited to Brian Yoon. Yoon gets his second of the year. Brett Stapley and Mick Messner with the assist. So Messner now has 6 points in his last 6 games. Stapley with his third multiple-point game this season. And Brian Yoon now has a goal in back-to-back games. As we're back to live action, it's now 3-2 Tulsa's. Yoon got the goal with Stapley and Messner getting the assist. Deep in the Oilers zone, Dakota Raby, fresh out of his fighting major. He skates to the right point. Now he reverses back to the corner, far side, as Raby drops it off. Grizz skate towards the right point. Utah skating with purpose. Cutler fires towards the net, and it's blocked by an Oiler about 10 feet in front of the net. As Grizz throw it to the nearest circle. Tulsa back, trying to clear it out. They couldn't. Right side, Grizzlies skate towards the middle. Cutler backhand shot goes wide as it tapped off the glass. Cutler still the puck as he gets pushed to the near corner. Now Cutler gets pushed again. Tulsa with the puck as Watson bounces it off of Raby, who skates to the corner himself. He gets hit as the Oilers get the puck. They're behind their net as they chip it towards the right side. Wesley hacking away to try to keep it in. Now it's 2-on-1. Tulsa throws to the right side. Lefty shot, and it might have hit the post. Krenkovic had a good look, but it bounced out as Berg ahead to Burke. Burke, number 24, gets to the line and dumps it in. Adam Berg chases after it, right wing, as Grizz deep in the offensive zone, skate around the net as they try to chip it out in front. Right wing, lefty shot, saved by Junka. Now Utah centers it. One-timer goes wide. I think that was taken by the Rooster. Near corner, Millette chases after it. He gets hit. Millette pitchforks it out to center ice. Grizzlies get the bouncing puck as Jacob Semick back at the Utah blue line moves it out to center ice. Grizz throw a left wing pass to Berg. He couldn't reach it. Pass was from Martell as puck goes towards the far side. Tulsa lifts it out to center ice, and the puck at the center ice logo taken by the Oilers. They skate from left to right as Gervais skates down the middle. Lefty shot, saved by Metcalf. Looked like Metcalf was trying to locate where the puck was. We've been doing that all night. Grizz clear it out to center. Tulsa chases after it deep in their own zone. Less than 7 minutes left in the second period. Tulsa leads 3-2. Grizz have goals from Martell and Yoon. Left wing, Tulsa wraps it around Utah's net. As Grizz moving out to center ice, Tulsa gets it back. Doogie LeGrone back in his own end. We'll throw it back to Mike McKee. He gets to center ice and pass is incomplete. Icing is on the Oilers. 6:31 left in the second. It's 3-2. As Grizz, after they scored their second goal there to get back in the game, they really charged hard for about 2 minutes to try to get that equalizer. The goal was scored by Yoon, 11-10 into the second period, with Stapley and Messner getting the assists. Shot count tonight has been pretty close to even. Right now, Tulsa has a 19-17 edge on the shots. Grizz win the draw. Right point, Yoon with a shot. He scores! The Grizzlies have tied it up. 6:27 left in the second. I don't think it got redirected. I think Yoon is on a goal-scoring spree. As he fired away from the right point, it got past Junka, and we got a brand new hockey game. Boy, the referee looking at the scores table. I don't know if they're going to take another look at this one. Now they're talking it over, the three officials. Grizzlies had tied it up. There is about 4 or 5 bodies out in front. I don't know that we'll get a replay either way. They wave off the goal. No goal. They say it was played with a high stick. So it stays 3-2. They wave off the goal. Looked like Utah tied it up. Then the officials talked it over. Ryan Kanasowicz is now in a conversation with J.R. Strager, the referee, as they wave off the goal, as they say it was played with a high stick. 6:27 left in the second period. It looked like Unit fired towards the net. Oh, I wish we could get a replay to kind of confirm whether the call was good or not. Kind of took a strange bounce on the way, so I imagine it's a good call. Well, I wish we'd get a replay to be able to see it either way. Stapley will take the draw near the Grizzlies bench, neutral ice, as the goal was waved off that would have tied the game. Instead, it's 3-2 Oilers. As draw won by Utah. The Grizz have a lot of momentum. They feed it off the near wing boards at center ice. Teixeira battles. He wins the one-on-one battle and dumps it in. Stapley chases after it. Stapley delivers a big hit behind Tulsa's net as the glass goes swaying back and forth. Stapley now with another hit. Tulsa will ice the puck. Grizz run it down. Brian Yoon gets it. He's behind Metcalf's net. As Metcalf talks with Brian Yoon. Yoon surveys. He lets Teixeira go by. Now Yoon will start the attack. He moves ahead to Aragon. Aragon ahead to neutral ice. He crosses center and chips it in. Junka behind his net will feed it towards the far corner. Tulsa backhands it ahead. Now the Oilers with numbers cross center ice. 4-on-2. They feed it to the right side. One-timer. And it's the side of the net. And hit the backboard, then the side of the net. Kyler Wall took that shot as Mayhew near corner will throw it across. Grizz still in their own zone. They'll lift it out. As chasing after it's Cutler. He gets the puck. Grizz make a line change around him. Right wing. Lefty shot. Saved by Junka. He holds on with 5:24 left in the second period. Brian Yoon cut into the lead 3-2. It looked like Grizz had scored again, but the goal was waved off as the official said it was played with a high stick. It's still 3-2 Tulsa. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Oilers lead 3-2. I think there was 6 minutes and 23 seconds, if I remember right, left when it looked like the Grizzlies had tied it up. But the official said it was played with a high stick. We didn't get a second look to either confirm it being a good call or maybe there was some controversy there. We're not really sure. Draw is going to be in the Tulsa zone. Far circle. Brandon Cutler will take the draw. He's out there with Raby and Burke. As the shots have been pretty close to even. 19 for Tulsa, 18 for Utah. As the draw won by the Oilers. As Hilderman skates around his net as he gets back-checked by Burke. Behind the net, Cutler takes it, skates towards the right side. Lefty shot, saved by Junka. Cutler gets it back right point. He fires towards the net, and Grizzlies hacking away. Burke gets pushed, and Junka covers up. Boy, 2 good looks by Brandon Cutler. One from near the goal line far side, and then yet another look firing towards the net, hoping that Burke would redirect it. Boy, Nathan Burke's been pretty physical and active here in the first 2 periods tonight. And after the Grizz fell behind 3-1, you could just see the energy level just ramp up to another level as the Grizz trying to climb back into this one. Make sure to go to the Grizzlies team store next week. Hey, it's around the holiday season. You got to find a way to get to the Grizzlies team store and maybe get some Christmas shopping done. I know I'm going to get some Christmas shopping done next week over at BOK Center on game night. Make sure you do as well. When you go to the Grizzlies game, go to the Grizzlies team store. As draw won by the Grizz, and the puck ends up deflecting out of play. It was played with a high stick. As we get a whistle with 4:58 left in the second draw, looks like it's going to come back to neutral ice. Seeing a lot of Zach Reynolds, the Tulsa Oilers broadcaster. He's sporting a beard. He's got a much better beard than I got going on right now. No question about it. As John's going to be at center ice. Looks like a pretty good Saturday night crowd over at BOK Center. It's a big arena, about as big as Wichita's Interest Bank Arena. We don't know who won the face-off, but Tulsa now has the puck in their own zone, skating from left to right. 4:46 left in the second. It's good to see Zach Reynolds, though, as the Oilers lift it high into the air. Puck bounces in the Grizzlies zone, and icing is on Tulsa as Josh Wesley and Kyle Mayhew did a good job staying back. Draw's going to be towards Julian Junka. I really don't know if I'm saying it right. I couldn't find any pronunciation guide, but believe it or not, the Tulsa pronunciation guide doesn't have his name on there. The native of France. As the draw's going to be in the far circle. So Grizz trying to tie this one up as Tulsa leads 3-2. 3-2 is the final last night with Allen defeating Utah in the first of 3 straight days of hockey. Tulsa wins the draw. They move it ahead. Blue line to blue line pass connects. The Oilers get checked by Mayhew. Over in the corner, Cutler battles. Now it goes to Burke. They'll make that Berg. Adam Berg in his second game with Utah. Grizz gets a neutralize. They dump it in. Martell chases after it. Martell gets pushed in the far corner. As Berg over there, he delivers a hit. Now the puck glides to the near corner. Grizz overskated. Does Martell. Tulsa chips it back around their net to the far side. Oilers move it ahead. Puck towards center ice, and it looks like the pass was incomplete, and icing is on Tulsa with 4:01 left in the second. There's Jacob Semick chasing after it, getting the icing call. Boy, Semick, it looked like had his first pro goal, but it was waved off late in the second period due to an interference penalty. And then Allen went on and scored to make it 3-1. For some reason, it seems like those momentum-changing plays you talk about tonight with the disallowed goal played with a high stick. For some reason, just doesn't look like the Grizzlies have been able to get too many breaks in situations like that. 3:58 left in the second. I think we missed some action. Zach Reynolds was trying to tell the audience something, and I think we missed some hockey. Stapley will take the drop. Messner to his left. Boy, Messner, he picked up an assist on that Yoon goal in the second period. He now has 6 points in his last 6 games. Messner's been amazing the last 3 weeks. Tulsa wins the draw. They're deep in their own zone. As they move it ahead to Reggie Millette, he feeds it to center ice. Now the Oilers, Jimmy Lodge with a left wing pass. Oilers skate to the left circle. Lefty shot. Saved by Metcalf. And that shot was taken by Carl Boudrea, the defenseman, number 16. Boudrea, 1 goal and 5 assists coming into play. He's 6 feet and 197 pounds. So draw's going to be towards Garrett Metcalf, who's making his first start since November 10th. Where he got the victory against the Wichita Thunder. That's the game the Grizzlies overcame a 4-1 deficit. And, it was 4-2 going into the third period, and that's when Martell and Cutler really emerged. And the Grizzlies came away with the victory, and then they ended up winning the next night to take 2 out of 3 games against the Wichita Thunder. Oilers win the offensive zone face-off, far corner. Yoon battles. Now Millette gets held up by Teixeira. Yoon takes the puck. He moves towards Messner. Bouncing puck goes over his stick. As the puck glides into Tulsa territory. Oilers zone. Yoon trying to locate it, but the Oilers move it ahead. As Tulsa skates in, Reggie Millette towards the left circle. Millette drops it off to somebody off the screen. Shot save. Rebound shot and a score. As the puck trickled away from Metcalf, and the Oilers have regained a 2-goal lead. Looks like it's Jimmy Lodge getting the goal for Tulsa. It's his second game of the season. It's his first goal. Shot was taken from the left circle, bounced off the Metcalf, and then Lodge just kind of stuck his stick out and got it past Metcalf for the goal. Boy, that's one of those where you never know. Just take your stick out as Metcalf had kicked it away, and it just kind of slid past the goal line. So it's the Oilers 4, Grizzlies 2 with 3:23 left in the second. Sometimes those breaks, they can go your way, but the hockey gods, as they would say, just haven't quite been on Utah's side. We'll see if they will later in regulation. Grizz dump it in as Junka throws it back to the near side center ice. They cross center. As a battle along the near wing boards, Tulsa drives it in. Burke continues to battle as the puck kicks to Mayhew. Kyle Mayhew loses it. Action in the Grizzlies zone. Now Mayhew moves it ahead past Raby. It goes to center ice off the far wing boards, but the Oilers have the puck. Tulsa's outshot Utah 20-18. Back in their own zone, Tulsa, somebody off the screen will dump it in. Mayhew chases after it. No icing as he battles in the near corner. As taking it over is Burke. He gets it poked away. 2-on-2 battle in the corner as an Oiler takes a seat. Mayhew gets pushed in the back as now the Oilers high slot. Lefty shot is blocked. Now slot, lefty shot. That's blocked again. Mayhew in the area. Left side, Oilers slide it across. As Luka Profaka fires towards the net, saved by Metcalf. Rebound goes to Raby. He skates around Metcalf's net towards the far side. Tulsa poked it away. Oilers feed it to somebody, left wing. Shot goes wide as it ricochets off the backboard. Mayhew gets it. He moves it ahead to Cutler. Cutler crosses center ice left wing. He dumps it in at the end of his shift. About 2 minutes left in the second period. Oilers lead 4-2. We apologize, we're not as specific on names as we'd like to be. Tulsa left wing passes center ice. Now it glides deep in the Grizzlies zone. Teixeira gets hit as the Oilers feed it back to the left point. Passes wide of the mark. Grizz have it. Utah carries into the offensive zone. They look to center it over towards Berg. Berg gets it. Shot, and it goes wide as he had an Oiler cutting to his right. Grizz left point. Teixeira fires towards the net. It's blocked. Yoon to the left side gets it as he fires towards the net. Berg hacks away, and Junka makes a save. Near side, Grizz are out to the corner. Berg gets hit as Berg gets held up in the corner with the puck. Grizz trying to battle. Now Berg escapes the corner. Puck goes to the far corner, and Tulsa gathers it. They move it out to center ice. Utah throws it back in. As Tulsa with the puck, as Utah makes a line change, we imagine, as there's 1:11 left in the second. Tulsa spreads the ice on a good night at BOK Center. Looks like a good crowd. As they ricochet off the near wing boards on a long-range pass, it doesn't connect. Getting it's Jordan Stone. Icing was waved off. Semick ahead to Messner at center ice. One-time tap to Stapley. Stapley enters the zone. Messner chases after it. The Merrimack product throws it around Tulsa's net as the Grizzlies on the right side dropping off to the point. Yoon with a shot. It's blocked. Messner over to the right side as he battles along the far boards. He throws to the far goal line. Utah gets tripped up. No call on the play. As the puck goes to the left point, Semick lets it go past him. Stone with the puck on its side. Gets it deep in the Grizzlies zone off the backboard. Stone, number 19, backhands it out to neutralize. Picked up by Lodge. He tried to get it to Millette. Mayhew took it away. Right wing pass to Raby. Raby gains the line, stops to the point. He gets dumped and dumps it into the corner, does the puck. Raby got hit along the boards. Left wing, Mayhew fires it across off the wall. 12 seconds left in the period. Tulsa hustles over to get it as they feed it behind Tulsa's net. Now to the right side. Cutler chases after it. Grizz with a right wing, righty shot. And it's blocked out in front, about 10 feet in front of Junka. And that will do it for 40 minutes over at BOK Center. So when the score was 3-2, it looked like the Grizzlies had all sorts of momentum. And then the goal that was disallowed as it was played with a high stick with about 6:23 left in the second period. And the Oilers found some insurance late in the second period as Jimmy Lodge got a rebound off I couldn't tell if it was Millette or Boudrea who took the initial shot. He was off the screen, but Millette and Boudrea each got the assist on the Lodge goal, 16:37 into the second period. So once again, for the second straight night, the Grizzlies are looking to overcome a 2-goal deficit. Shots have been pretty close to even, which, considering that Tulsa has outshot their opponent by an average of 7 per game this year, that's pretty good. 23 shots to Tulsa, 21 for Utah. The Oilers had a 14-12 edge in the second period. Both teams have a power play goal. Utah is 1 for 2 on the power play. Tulsa is 1 for 1. And we had a fight in the second period. Dakota Raby and Calvin Watson, 6 seconds into the second period. We'll come back and recap these first 2 periods in total, and we'll also give you some scores from around the world of sports. After 40 minutes of play over at BOK Center, it's the Oilers 4 and the Grizzlies 2. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our families' tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Second intermission over at BOK Center, and the Oilers have a 4-2 lead. And Tyson Whiting, looks like they got chuck-a-puck going on in Tulsa. Looks like it's a really good Saturday night crowd. Last night, the Grizzlies were down 3-1 heading into the third period. Josh Wesley scored in the third, but couldn't find a way to tie it up as Allen won 3-2. Tonight, it's a 2-goal deficit again. Well, it just seems like the Grizzlies, for whatever reason, can't catch a break, and we never did get to see a replay to see if it was played with a high stick. I think we can assume it's a good call. It didn't look like the Grizzlies, from the couple shots after they waved it off, were arguing too vehemently, which probably means that it was a good call. But just one of those things, could have tied it up at 3, but then, before you know it, a couple minutes later, Tulsa, it gets some insurance, gets a 2-goal lead back. So it's been things like that. There was a goal that was disallowed in the second period as the Grizzlies committed an interference minor. It's just little things like that for some reason, those breaks that just seem to not be going the Grizzlies' way. We'll see if the Grizzlies can put together a comeback. After all, the last time Garrett Metcalf was in net, the Grizzlies overcame a 4-1 deficit to defeat the Wichita Thunder 5-4. That was on November 10th. And, Metcalf so far tonight has stopped 19 of 23 for Tulsa. Julian Junca, Junca, his last name, has stopped 19 of 21. The Oilers got on the board first. Alec Butcher got a 6th of the year and 1st of 2 in the game, with Kyler Wall and Calvin Watson getting the assists. It's only Butcher's second game with the Oilers. He was acquired in a trade on November 26th with the Reading Royals. And Butcher already has 3 goals in 5 periods of play for the Oilers. Grizzlies tied it up. It was a power play goal that Butcher scored on, 6:22 into the contest. Then Jordan Martell got a power play goal of his own as Stapley was on the right side. Fed a pass across to Martell, who got a one-timer. They got past Junca. Martell now leads the Grizzlies with 6 goals this season. Brett Stapley and Kyle Mayhew with the assist. That means that Stapley now has a .8 of his 10 games. Score is tied at 1. After 1 period, both teams had 9 shots in the first. Kyle Krenkovic scored 124 into the second, with Carson Vogt and Jimmy Lodge getting the assists. Oilers extended the lead as Butcher got his second of the game, 9:17 in. Anthony Costantini and Carl Boudrea with the assists. That made it 3-1. And at that point, you got a little bit concerned as you're hoping the game wouldn't get away from the Grizzlies. But it felt like there, from about that 2-minute stretch, when the score is 3-1, the Grizzlies really picked it up. And it kind of culminated with Brian Yoon getting his second goal in back-to-back games. He now has 2 goals as a professional. Brett Stapley and Mick Messner with the assist. That actually went to video replay. It was a 2-on-2, maybe a 2-on-1. Stapley entered the zone. Yoon cut towards the net. And then Yoon, the puck, and the goaltender got there about the same time. We never did get a second look at it. We never did get a replay to kind of know exactly what happened. But, Stapley to Yoon to the back of the net. Junca thought that goaltender interference should have been called. They went to video replay, and after review, they gave the Grizzlies a goal that cut into the lead 3-2. While the score was 3-2, looked like Yoon had scored again. But after they didn't go to video review, the referee and 2 linesmen talked it over at center ice, and they determined that the puck was played with a high stick. I don't know if they changed the rule this year. I mean, in this league, it seems like the only thing, unless they changed the rule in this past offseason, the only thing you can review is the goal line, whether the puck crossed the goal line and things like that. As we know pretty well from Game 5 of the Kelly Cup playoffs, it's not necessarily, unless they change the rule, it's not a reviewable play to determine if a puck was played with a high stick or not. So I don't know that they could go to video review. The only thing that the three officials could do was talk things over at center ice. I will say the Grizzlies didn't argue it too much. At least the shots we saw of the Grizzlies immediately after the goal was disallowed, it didn't look like they were arguing too much. So we imagine the right call was made, even though we don't have video confirmation one way or another to say whether it was played with a high stick or not. But I will say that if the Grizzlies legitimately thought that a goal was going to be, that they got robbed and that a goal should have been scored, they would have argued more than they did. So it's possible the right call was made on the ice. But it's just those type of breaks. We had one last night with a goal disallowed because of an interference minor, and it seems like there's been some other instances, where the Grizzlies, could have caught a break, but just for whatever reason couldn't. And it's just kind of been that way to start the season. Tulsa got that big insurance goal. Boudreau, looked like initially they'd given it to Jimmy Lodge, but looked like they changed their mind on the stat sheet and gave it to Carl Boudreau, who got a second of the year. Jimmy Lodge and Reggie Millette with the assists. As the shot was taken from the left side, we really didn't get a good angle either live or on the replay. We apologize. We were at the mercy of the Flow Sports camera tonight. We really didn't get a good look at that goal, but it looked like shot was taken from the left side, bounced off of Metcalf's left ankle, and then kind of trickled back out of the crease. And then an Oiler just kind of stuck a stick and put it in the back of the net. Really good attempt and a really good rebound by Tulsa, as they really had just one chance there to score, just kind of sticking, taking their stick and moving it towards the puck. And it ended up skating past the goal line kind of slowly, and that's where the Oilers regained the 2-goal lead. So for the Grizz, they're looking to play catch-up. We kind of mentioned the Grizzlies have been a little bit more successful playing with the lead earlier this season, but, it's going to be important for Utah to get that next goal, make it 4-3, and see if they can find a way to tie it up. Utah's 6-8 this season. They're still looking for their first road win. They're 0-4 away from Maverick Center. And we'll say that Tulsa, after finishing in last place in the Mountain Division, looks like they are a much improved team this year, especially if they get good goaltending like they have. The Oilers can be a pretty tough team to beat. It looks like a different roster from what they had last year, and it looks like the Oilers are a much improved team. Other action in the league, late first period. In fact, you can watch all these games in the league on Flow Sports. Later tonight, after the Grizzlies game ends, you can probably catch the end of the Newfoundland-Idaho game. That contest has 4 minutes left in the first period, and they're tied at 1. The Idaho goal was, it looked like Newfoundland scored first. Isaac Johnson, who might have been the Growlers' best player last week at Maverick Center. Johnson got his 5th of the year with Voigt and Zach O'Brien getting the assists. Later in the first period, 14-10 in, Matt Register got his 2nd of the year with R. Curry picking up the assists. So that score is tied at 1. Growlers have outshot the Steelheads 13-4. As action late in the first period over at Idaho Central Arena. 2.5 minutes left in the second period. Wichita leads Allen 3-2. Peter Bates has 2 goals. Jay Dickman found the back of the net. In fact, Wichita had a 3-0 lead before William Provost got his 2nd of the year, 4:15 in. Provost now has a goal in back-to-back games as he scored last night. And Eric Williams, a former Grizzly, cut into the lead 16:08 into the second to make it a 3-2 game, and that's where it stands now. Interesting enough, Levi Merrilainen, who played last night against the Grizzlies, he's not even in uniform. As Mark Sinclair is the starter, he has stopped 13 of 16. Almost as if Merrilainen came in just to play against the Grizzlies on Friday night, and then they probably sent him back to the AHL. Other action in the league, 7 minutes left in the third. Cincinnati leads Fort Wayne 4-1. Late third period, Toledo has a 4-3 lead over Iowa. That game was 16 seconds left. And looked like they actually added time. Now there's 20 seconds left in that game. Toledo leads Iowa 4-3. Norfolk is a 5-2 winner. That game just went final as the Admirals get their 10th win of the season. Late third period, South Carolina. How about this? Greenville led 5-2 at one point. South Carolina has scored 5 unanswered. In fact, it was 5-1 Greenville at one point. 5 unanswered. Make that 6 unanswered by South Carolina. And late third period, the South Carolina Stingrays have a 7-5 lead. So that game looks like it's gotten away from the Swamp Rabbits. 4:10 left in the third period. South Carolina leads Greenville 7-5. That's after Greenville had a 5-1 lead. They're at the middle portion of the game. Games have gone final. Reading is a 5-3 winner over Kalamazoo. Trois-Rivières defeats Jacksonville 4-3 in overtime. Indy is a 4-3 winner over Wheeling. Savannah defeats Atlanta 5-4 in overtime. Adirondack defeats the defending champion Florida Everblades 1-0. And earlier today, the Kansas City Mavericks defeated Maine 3-2. Kansas City record goes to 15-5 on the year. They are in second place in the Mountain Division. Let's take a quick look at the Mountain Division standings as third period action will begin shortly. Zach Reynolds on Flow Sports modeling the specialty jerseys the Oilers are wearing tonight. Idaho's in first place with a 15-2-0-1 record. They have 31 points and an .861 point percentage. Kansas City's in second place with a record of 15-5 after their victory tonight. They have 30 standings points. Tulsa right now is in third place, 19 points and a .559 winning percentage. They are 8-6-3. And, you kind of think about the different games that are being played. I mean, the Grizzlies had the fourth best winning percentage in the Mountain Division at .429. But, of course, the Grizzlies, this is only their 15th game this year. Every other team in the division has played 17 or more games. So for the Grizzlies, you kind of look at the winning percentage more than points because teams have played, and not, they haven't played the same amount of games. So if you look at it strictly from points percentage, the Grizzlies are in fourth place, even though because the Grizzlies only have 12 points, they are listed as last in the division. Wichita is in fifth place in terms of point percentage at an even 400. And Rapid City and Allen are tied for last with 13 standings points and a .382 point percentage. When we come back, we'll have third period action over at BOK Center. We'll skate 5-on-5. The Grizzlies are looking for a comeback as the Oilers lead Utah 4-2. But before we head out, let's go over some college football scores. I'm curious about the 2 evening games that are played at the same time as the Grizzlies contest. Let's see if we can get an update on those before we head out, and some NHL scores as well. Now we'll get it on the other side of the break. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Tulsa leads Utah 4-2 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Welcome back to Grizzlies Hockey. Third period will begin shortly. In the ACC Championship game at halftime, Florida State leads Louisville 3-0. Florida State right now ranked fourth. The playoffs, I think the 4 playoff teams will be announced on Sunday. Is Florida State going to be in the mix? I mean, they did lose their starting quarterback. They lead 3-0. That game at halftime. Big Ten Championship game, Michigan leads Iowa 10-0. Michigan's 12-0 this season. They're ranked second in the nation. Earlier today, games that have potential playoff implications. Texas defeated Oklahoma State 49-21. Texas ends the year 12-1 on the season. Their only loss was a close game against Oklahoma. Remember, Texas did defeat Alabama head-to-head early in the season in Alabama. Alabama did win the SEC championship 27-24 over Georgia. This is one of those years where you got more than 4 teams deserving of the playoffs, but you only have 4 spots. So Florida State wins. It's going to be tough. Do you take Florida State over either Texas or Alabama? It's going to be a tough call. And who knows, maybe Michigan. They're only up by 10 against Iowa at halftime. What happens if Iowa makes a second half comeback there? A lot to still be shaken out over the rest of the night. And who knows, there's more than 4 teams deserving of playoff spots, even though we're still in a 14 playoff. Next year, they'll expand to 12 teams. Looks like the Oilers are on the ice. We'll have third period action shortly. Let's go over some NHL scores. Boston and Toronto are currently in overtime, tied at 3. Remember, Detroit had it looked like Montreal had a lead over Detroit, and that game just went final. Detroit, in overtime, defeats Montreal in the battle of original 6 clubs. Detroit 5, Montreal 4. Carolina defeats Buffalo 6-2. Ottawa shuts out Seattle 2-0. Philadelphia in a shootout defeats Pittsburgh 4-3. Rangers are a 4-3 winner over Nashville. It was also 4-3 as the Islanders defeat Florida. Winnipeg defeats Chicago 3-1. Dallas opens up a can on Tampa Bay 8-1. First intermission, Arizona leads St. Louis 3-0. The Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, are on the road. They take on Anaheim at 8 o'clock. Vancouver is at Calgary and also at 8 o'clock. So starting in a few minutes, Washington is at the Vegas Golden Knights. We'll see if the Grizzlies can get some momentum early on in the third period as Tulsa leads 4-2. Alec Butcher is on hat trick watch. He has 2 goals for the Oilers. For the Grizzlies, Brett Stapley has 2 assists. He's a -1, but he has 2 assists. Jordan Martell with 1 goal. Brian Yoon with 1 goal, almost 2. So we'll see what happens here in the third. There's the Tulsa mascot. Always looks very unhappy, as looks like he rings the bell to start each period. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's got a constant frown. You know, some guys like their job and they're always smiling. Doesn't look like that guy likes it too much. As looks like we're about set for third period action. Tulsa has outshot Utah 23-21. Grizzlies in the black jerseys, white numbers, professional green trim. Tulsa in a specialty jersey, red numbers and a white jersey. Grizz win the draw. They skate from left to right as we see it on Flow Sports. Your mind's eye see it on YouTube as Nathan Burke delivers a big hit along the near corner. Puck squirts to the far side. Cutler chases after it deep in the Oilers zone. Cutler collides with an Oiler. Now another Oiler joins the play and clears it all the way out. Icing is on Utah as we get a whistle 23 seconds into the third period. Metcalf so far stopped 19 of 23. Julian Junka has saved 19 of 21. Cutler will take the draw. He's got Raby to his right. Burke, and then 2 defensemen away from the screen. As the draw won by the Oilers. They escape from right to left in the period. As they throw it around their net, they chip it to the near side. As Jimmy Lodge chases after it at center ice. Tyler Polson gets the puck. He skates he skated towards the corner. Then he stopped as the Oilers were called offside. As we get another whistle, 34 seconds into the third period. Make sure to join us on Wednesday night at Maverick Center for Smith's Family Night. 4 tickets for $40. And if you got a bigger family, 5 tickets for $50, 6 for $60, and so on and so forth. We want to see you at Maverick Center on Wednesday night for Smith's Family Night. The Grizzlies will start a 3-game series with the Allen Americans. Draw won by the Oilers. Hilderman moves it ahead as it bounced off the Berg, who gains center ice and dumps it in. Oilers behind their net, throw it to the near side as Tulsa throws to the right point. Yoon keeps it in and moves it ahead as Burke, and make that Berg. Berg gets pushed in the near corner over with Martell. Martell gets it. He skates towards a high slot, fires a righty shot, and it's blocked out in front. Martell goes down. He gets back to his feet. Tulsa lifts it towards the Grizzlies line. Yoon moves it across to Teixeira. Now off the screen, Grizz dump it in, and icing is on Utah with 18:53 left in the third. So we've had quite a few whistles early on, and I imagine with Tulsa nursing the 2-goal lead, they're going to do whatever they can to keep things to the perimeter, keep things at neutral ice, and not let Utah get many good looks in the third period. The Grizzlies just going to have to find a way to make it happen and be the aggressor here in the third period to get those scoring chances to climb back in this one. Draw won by the Grizzlies. Brian Yoon back in his own zone. He skates towards the far side around Metcalf's net. Now tapping off the glass. It goes to center ice as Tulsa plays it. Grizzlies get it back. Teixeira back in his own end. Throws a far wing pass off the boards. Grizz made a line change, and Utah's called for icing again. with 18:37 left in the third. I wonder if that pass was close enough. Grizzlies were in the middle of a line change. I wonder if or wonder if the Grizzlies thought if they touched it, then they could have been risking a penalty for too many men on the ice. So it might not have been the worst icing in Grizzlies history to let it go. Draw won by the Oilers. They're in the offensive zone. They feed it to the near corner and chase after it as Aragon along the near boards towards the corner. Teixeira back in the corner, moves it across to Yoon. Now goes back towards Teixeira off the backboard. Yoon behind Utah's net gets it. Yoon will tap it off the near wing boards. Grizz out to center ice. Stapley skates down the middle. Now he enters the zone, trying to get around two Oilers. Tulsa kicks it away. Tulsa throws it out to center ice. 2-on-3. As Tulsa falls down, Messner gets the puck. He throws it back towards Semick. As Grizz skate down the middle. As Semick throws it to the far side. Grizz cross center. Utah lifts it in, but it must have bounced off an Oiler. As Tulsa to the left side tries to split a double team. Grizz do a good job clearing it out. But we get a whistle as it looked like Semick and Stone were surrounding an Oiler, and looked like Tulsa tried to do it looked like the Oiler tried to do a spin move around Stone, but it's a penalty on somebody. Stone can't believe it. He gets 2 minutes for hooking. So the Oilers are going to be on the power play with 17:52 left in the third. Stone says his piece to the referee, J.R. Strager, but the Oilers are going to be on the power play. They are 1 for 1 on the man advantage tonight. Draw won by the Grizzlies. Over in the far corner, they get double teamed as Tulsa with a 2-goal lead trying to put this one on ice. Oilers out to the high slot, feed it back towards where the scrum was as Dougie Legron moves it ahead. Right circle. Tulsa skates from right to left this period. Oilers get it back to Legron. Across to Hilderman. Kyler Wall. Wall in the high slot, but the puck to the left circle. Calvin Watson, righty shot. Goes wide and it deflects out of play as we get a whistle with 17:22 left in the third. So we'll see if the Grizzlies, this is a critical penalty kill to keep it a 2-goal lead. Remember, the Grizzlies do have 3 shorthanded goals this season. And if Utah gets their chance, they might try to find a way to get a shorty to climb back in this one. It's the Oilers 4 and the Grizzlies 2. Third of 10 meetings this year between the clubs. Tulsa wins the face-off. They throw it to somebody on the right side off the screen. I think it's Dougie Legron. Now they get to the right circle. Tulsa surveys. Now they get it back up top. Legron, right side, moves it back to the circle. Tulsa dances around the far goal line. They feed it back to Legron. He fires a righty shot, and it's blocked out in front. Gallant in the area. He flexes his leg as if he were the one that blocked it. Left side, puck goes to Watson. Watson fires towards the net. Kick saved by Metcalf. Now right side, righty shot goes wide. Watson off the boards, tried to get on the puck. Utah couldn't clear it out. Kyler Wall kept it in. Somebody off the screen danced around the left side. They get it back up top for Wall. Wall fakes a shot, gets to Watson. Watson feeds it out in front. Pass goes wide and ricochets off the backboard. Oilers get it back across to Wall. He's to the left point. He dances towards his right. Now he throws to the high slot. Oilers late in the power play. Right wing, righty shot. Save, rebound shot. Oh, and it goes just wide on the second chance. Grizzlies couldn't clear it out. Wall keeps it in. He gets to the left circle for Watson. Watson fires towards the net looking for a redirection. It goes wide. Right side late in the power play. Legron skates towards his left. Back to Wall. As Wall towards the near side. Boy, the Grizzlies having a tough time getting it out. Watson up top for Legron. He feeds a right wing pass just outside the circle. They skate towards the circle. Siren pass shot. It goes wide. Gallant tried to clear it out and couldn't. As the Oilers skate around Metcalf's net. Now back to the right side. Righty shot. Saved by Metcalf, and he holds on. As Stone came out of the penalty box. Well, the Grizzlies maybe cleared it out once on that penalty kill. It's a successful penalty kill. Boy, the Oilers had the puck in the offensive zone for quite a while on the man advantage. But it is a successful penalty kill by Utah. 15:45 left in the third. Oilers lead 4-2. Cutler will take the draw for the Grizz. Raby's out there on the ice, as well as Yoon and Teixeira. And I think Nathan Burke as well. Draw one by the Oilers. They throw it to the high slot. Righty shot. Saved by Metcalf, as that was a blast from the high slot. Metcalf makes a glove save. 15:42 left in the third. As he holds on, we get another whistle in the far circle. It'll be Cutler once again for the Grizz. Oilers up to 26 shots. Grizzlies have 21. So Tulsa has a 3-0 edge here so far in the third period. Utah wins the face-off. Yoon throws it to the near side. Grizz moving out to center ice. Left wing pass. Grizz tried to dump it in, but fanned on it. Now back to center ice. Teixeira in the area, but the Oilers with the puck. Left wing pass connects. Matsushima as he stops in the left point and rolls it along the wall. Grizzlies behind their net cuts it off. Now Tulsa takes it back towards the near boards, but the Grizz move it ahead. Pass picked off as Tulsa, Gervais, make that Kyle Krankovic. He'll throw it to the corner. Now back to the right side. One-timer saved by Metcalf. Rebound goes towards the backboard. Grizz get it. Burke gets dragged around. Utah throws it out to center ice. Tulsa chases after it. Hilderman back deep in his own zone. Gets there before Raby, which is tough to do as Raby's as fast as anybody. Hilderman down the middle. Moves it ahead. Oilers gain the line as they get spun around to the high slot. Tulsa will tap it off a Grizzly stick. And Krankovic throws it back to center ice. It was played with a high stick, we believe, and the whistle blows. 14:45 left in the third. So draw is going to be, I think, at neutral ice. Last night, the Grizzlies had more shots than they had in any game this season. They had 51 shots, including 23 in the third period, and the 3-2 loss to Allen. We'll see if the Grizzlies can generate much here in the third period. Tulsa wins the draw. Right wing, they wrap it around the wall. Josh Wesley collides with an Oiler. Aragon joins the play. He battles with Jimmy Lodge. Puck goes deep in the Oilers zone. They chase after it. Does number 14, Andy Carroll, who's got an AHL deal with the San Diego Ghouls. Tulsa slides it ahead. They chase after it in the far corner. No icing as Wesley delivers a hit on a smaller Oiler. Now Tulsa behind the net. Starting pass. Shot. Saved by Metcalf. And Garrett holds on as it deflects out of play. And that's the biggest stop that Metcalf's made all night. 14:18 left in the third. It's the Oilers 4 and the Grizzlies 2 as Metcalf flexes his left leg. And it looked like he must have collided with an Oiler or something. As looks like Metcalf hurting a little bit as he returns to his net. Stone on the ice. He's got some words for Gallant. Gallant will take the face-off. 14:18 left in the third. We've had quite a few whistles here in the first 6 minutes of the period. As a draw won by the Oilers. Right wing. And now they get to the left side. Lefty shot. Saved by Metcalf. He holds on. Andy Carroll took that shot from the left wing with 14:09 left in the third. Metcalf held on as he has now stopped 25 of 29. Draw's going to be in the near circle. Eddie Matsushima. I think that's him. He's got the back of his jersey folded up. Hard to see the number. As Carl Boudreau over there. Boudreau normally a defenseman, but looks like he's playing forward tonight. Or at least he's in a forward position right now. Grizzlies win the draw. Stone moves it ahead. Picked off on the right point by Tulsa. They look to center at left wing. Shot. Saved by Metcalf. I think that wasn't Matsushima. Couldn't see who the shooter was. Stone around Utah's net. Gets to Berg, who tried to clear it out. Stays in. Right wing. Tulsa. Righty shot. Saved by Metcalf. He holds on. 13:49 left in the third. Tulsa's outshot Utah 7-0 so far in the third period. We'll come back in 1 minute. It's the Oilers 4 and the Grizzlies 2 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Announced attendance at BOK Center, 8,090, 8090. As they got over 8,000 on a Saturday night. Oilers lead the Grizzlies 4-2. Draws in the far circle of Utah's zone. Tulsa's outshot Utah 9-0 so far in the third period. Grizz win the draw. They skate from left to right as we see it on Flow Sports. Burke moves it ahead. Grizz cross center. Now they gain the line. Cutler to the right side, stops at the point, drops it off for Burke. Nathan Burke dances around. He's got 9 points this season. Skates towards a point. Now left wing shot saved by Junka as Raby loses. He got pinned along the far boards. Tulsa tries to clear it out. Grizz keep it in. Utah down the middle, trying to drop it off as Cutler couldn't reach it, and the Oilers carried across center ice. Tulsa drops it off. Now they get to the right wing. Pass didn't connect as they were looking for Jackson Weeb. Weeb, a goal and an assist away from a Gordie Howe hat trick. Left wing, lefty shot goes wide as Metcalf extended his stick. Oilers left side, skate to the corner as Hilderman to the near goal line, drops off behind his back. Lefty shot saved by Metcalf, and the puck deflects out of play as there's 12:59 left in the third. Tulsa still leads 4-2. Both teams make a line change. Remember, it's the same teams tomorrow afternoon. 3:05 face-off in the Mountain Time Zone, 4:05 locally in Tulsa. Pre-game coverage begins at 2:50. Stapley will take the draw as the Oilers up to 33 shots, including 10 here to start the third period. And unfortunately for the Grizzlies, it's 10 unanswered to start the third period. Lodge will take the face-off. He complains. He wants Stapley to drop his stick. He does. Puck is dropped, and the Oilers win the face-off. Millette throws to the left point as the Oilers lift it airborne towards the end wall as Wesley collides with Millette. Millette towards the right side, gets it back up top. Oilers throw it towards the net. It goes wide. Mayhew chips to the near side as Aragon clears it out. Tulsa chasing after it. No icing. As taking it is Kyler Wall, who's got 1 goal and 3 assists. And this is 7th game with Tulsa. Wall around the net as Utah back to the right side has a puck. They're in the offensive zone. Aragon chips out in front. Bouncing puck now goes to the left side. Righty shot. And saved by Junka as looks like the puck deflects out of play as we get a whistle with 12:20 left in the third. That might have been Utah's first shot of the period. And it looked like a pretty decent look from the left side. But Junka takes up a lot of the net at 6'5" and 203 pounds. Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. Boy, the puck has been in the Grizzlies zone quite a bit here so far to start the third period. Draw won by the Grizzlies, left wing. They fire it towards the far circle. Penner couldn't reach it, and Tulsa will clear it out. It looks like it's going to be icing on the Oilers. 12 minutes and 9 seconds left in regulation. Grizzlies have goals from Jordan Martell. He had a power play goal 1949 and in the second period when the score was 3-1, Brian Yoon got a second of the year, 11-10 into the second with Stapley and Messner getting the assists. Stapley has an assist in each of Utah's 2 goals tonight. Penner will take the draw for Utah. He's got Raby to his right and Dean Yakura to his left. Penner, the Grizzlies Iron Man out of Colgate University. Tulsa wins the face-off as Yakura delivers a hit in the corner. Yoon, high slot, fires towards the net. It gets redirected, and Junka makes the save. Boy, Grizzlies had it in the high slot, fired towards the net as a Grizzly player down in the high slot as Raby got hit. And it looks like hopefully he'll be okay. As he skates off the screen, it looked like he got hit pretty hard. The Grizzlies trainer, Colin Lee, walked on the ice, but it looks like Raby will skate to the bench on his own power. Grizzlies had a good look from the high slot, but Junka made the save. It looked like Yakura was out in front trying to redirect the shot. That was either taken by Raby or Yoon. Offensive zone face-off for Utah. 12:01 left in the third. It's won by the Oilers. Doogie Legron skates towards the far side around his net. Now he moves it off the screen. Oilers 3-on-3 under the zone. They look to center it and couldn't reach it. Grizz start the attack 3-on-2. Martell into the zone. Throws it to the middle for Berg. Trying to get it back to Martell. Puck bounced off a skate. Yoon, high slot, righty shot. Saved by Junka. As boy, it looked like Yoon kind of an innocent-looking shot firing towards the net. Kind of handcuffed Junka a little bit, but he was able to make the stop with 11:41 left in the third. The shot count now 33-22, maybe 23 after that last shot. As the Oilers talk things over in front of their netminder, Cole Gallant, the Western Michigan product, will take the face-off for Utah. Gallant had 1 assist last night. As the Oilers win the face-off, they skate from right to left. They move it out to center ice. Puck bounces off the near wall. Oilers skate in. Jimmy Lodge around Utah's net towards the far side. He stops behind it. Now he skates back to the far corner as Lodge feeds it up top. Oilers couldn't keep it in as nobody was at the point. Chasing after it's Dugan Legrone. He skates around Tulsa's net. Legrone now down the near side as he'll feed a right wing pass to center ice. Oilers enter the zone. They skate towards the right circle, now around Metcalf's net as Utah delivers a push. And that was a good defensive play by Mayhew. Grizz throw it to the left side. Oilers keep it in. Right wing shot is blocked about 20 feet in front of Metcalf as Watson tried to advance it towards the net and fanned on it. Grizz cross center 2-on-3. They dump it in. Chasing after it is the Oilers. Watson gets blasted by Berg as towards the right side. Puck is now at center ice and into the, well, we couldn't really see much there. Looks like icing is on Tulsa, we believe, with 10:42 left in the third. As everybody's going to skate towards Julian Junka. And it looks like they still have a 33-22 edge. That's what they say on the score bug on the left side of the screen. So the Oilers so far in the third period have outshot the Grizzlies 10-1. Aragon in the right wing. Stapley will take the face-off. He's got Messner to his left. Does Stapley as draw one by the Grizzlies. Aragon right side, still looking for his first goal in a Grizzlies uniform. Aragon right side feeds it up top. And now they get to the left side. Somebody off the screen. Skates towards a high slot. Lefty shot and score! Grizzlies cut into the lead as somebody off the screen fired a shot. We couldn't tell who it was. I think it's Jacob Semick. Semick skates to the bench. Save that puck, Jackson Hibbert. As Semick skated to the bench first, he fired away. Boy, we couldn't see him take the shot. We couldn't even really see the net. All we saw is the Grizzlies celebrating. Boy, great moment for Jacob Semick, who gets his first professional goal. The Arizona State product almost had one last night, and this one counts. As it's now 4-3 Oilers. Boy, it was unfortunate. We just didn't get much of any kind of look on that shot, but Jacob Semick skated to the bench first with a lot of excitement. 4-3 Tulsa. As Grizz win the faceoff, they skate from left to right, trying to tie it up. Right wing pass to Martell. It goes past him, and icing is on Utah as we get a stoppage of play with 10:21 left in the third. Let's see what the goal, let's see. Officially, it is Jacob Semick, his first, with Yoon and Aragon getting the assist. So Brian Yoon gets a multiple point game with 1 goal and 1 assist. For Jacob Semick, he had 3 goals in his college career at Arizona State. He gets his first as a professional. Aragon with an assist, his second in the Grizzlies uniform. Right wing shot goes wide as Tulsa took the shot on Metcalf. Action in the Grizzlies zone halfway through the third period as Oilers avoid a check of Cutler. Now towards the right side, lefty shot. Tulsa thinks that they had scored. The net got dislodged, and we stopped play with 10:04 left in the third. So the net came out of place as Tulsa fired towards the net, and they'll put the net back in as Tulsa, maybe had thought that they had scored or something. As we're halfway through the third period, Jacob Semick got his first as a pro, 9:30 into the third period with Brian Yoon and Aaron Aragon getting the assists. Certainly good to see. And we didn't actually get to see the shot. Semick took the shot from, we believe, off the screen. We didn't even really get to see the net. We just got to see the reaction. Semick, 6 feet, 187 pounds, born in Canton, Michigan. As the draw goes out to center ice, Grizzlies will skate in, left point. Utah will throw it towards the right side. Grizz have it. Aragon, lefty shot goes wide, and the puck chips to the left point. Yoon keeps it in. Yoon with a 2-point game tonight. Messner over to Aragon. It bounced off his stick. Right circle. Tulsa gets it. They will carry it out of the zone. Oilers left wing pass as they enter. Krenkovic fires towards the net. It bounced off a Grizzly and towards the far corner. Yoon behind Utah's net chases after it in the near corner as Yoon will slide it ahead. It goes to center ice. Puck plays Plinko, and Idaho gets it, or Tulsa gets it back. Matsushima dumps it in. Both teams make a change. 9:21. We get a whistle. I think Utah got caught with too many men. That's exactly what it is. Grizz are making a line change, and Utah's caught with too many men on the ice. So it's going to be a power play for Tulsa. It's a 4-3 game. As it looked like the Grizz were making a line change, Tulsa dumped it in, and the Grizz were caught with more than 5. Tulsa's on the power play when we come back, but Jacob Semick gets his first professional goal, 9:30 into the third, as it's now Tulsa 4, Utah 3 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network. Tulsa leads 4-3. We initially thought it was Utah getting called with too many men on the ice, but Aaron Aragon actually got called 2 minutes for slashing. Time of penalty, 10:39. So Tulsa's on the power play. They are 1 for 3 tonight. Grizzlies power play is 1 for 2. As Tulsa's outshot Utah 34-24, including an 11-3 edge. Off the draw, backhand shot, saved by Metcalf. That was taken, we believe, by Eddie Matsushima, who's got the back of his jersey folded up a little bit. Metcalf made the stop with 9:17 left in the third and held on. Draw's going to be back in the far circle. As Adam Berg will take the draw against, we believe, Eddie Matsushima, last year's All-Star representative. Draw won by the Oilers, right point, Legron across to Kyler Wall. Wall feeds it to the near side, first of a 2-game set, as the Oilers dance around. Calvin Watson feeds it across, Legron gets up top to Wall. Wall fakes a shot and gets it back to Watson, left circle. Watson dances around and gets it back to Wall, left side across to Legron. Legron up top for Wall, who fakes a shot, gets to Watson off the near boards. Watson feeds it towards the near goal line, pulls the skates across Metcalf. Utah pokes it away and clears it out. As an outlet pass by Junka out to center ice. Left wing, Oilers dump it back in as Metcalf stays in net. Yoon will chip it to the near corner. Tulsa wraps it back towards the point. It stayed in the corner. 2-on-2 battle, make it 3-on-3. Here on the power play for Tulsa, they skate around Utah's net. Puck goes back to the corner. Now they get up top to Wall. Across to Legron, back to the right side as the Oilers get it back to Legron, right point. Across to Wall, who fakes a shot and gets to Calvin Watson. Watson surveys, now he feeds it back up top for Wall. Wall fakes a shot, gets to Watson. Watson, righty shot, saved by Metcalf. Rebound towards the near wing boards. As Utah gets it, Brian Yoon will bounce it off an Oiler. He gets it back off an Oiler and will clear it out. So Yoon cleared it out on the second chance. Less than 8 minutes left in regulation. Tulsa leads 4-2. As the Oilers get to center ice, right wing pass. Oilers cross the line as they wrap it around the wall. Utah over in the corner as Krankovic feeds it up top to somebody off the screen. Now it goes back to Andy Carroll. Carroll, left wing, takes a shot and he scores. Andy Carroll roofed it over Garrett Metcalf as the Oilers get some insurance. It's their second power play goal of the night, and they've retaken a 2-goal lead. It's 5-3. It looked like Krankovic got it over to Andy Carroll. Carroll gets his 4th goal of the season as he high-fives everybody on the Oilers bench. And the lights in BOK Center put a spotlight on him as Andy Carroll was over to the left side, and he just didn't go high on Metcalf, just kind of went through him. There was some action out in front of him. In front of Metcalf, he might not have had good vision of it. Oilers 5 goals on 37 shots as they get their second power play goal of the night. Andy Carroll with his 4th of the season. Oilers lead 5-3. As Grizz comeback attempt hits a brick wall here as the Oilers gain center ice and dump it in. Utah needs to respond quickly. As Grizz are down 2 again, they've gotten goals from Martel, Yoon, and Semick. 2 of the 3 goals scored by defensemen. In fact, 4 of the 5 goals this week on the road scored by defensemen, including 2 by Yoon. Tulsa trying to dump it in. They get to center ice. Now they fire it in. Metcalf stays in net as Mayhew chases after. He throws it behind his back for, we believe, Wesley, the Grizzlies captain, the former Tulsa Oiler. We think it's his first time back in Tulsa since he played for them 3 or 4 years ago, the 2019-2020 season. Wesley chips to the far side. Grizz moving out to center. Utah crosses center. Cutler dumps it in. Messner chases after it. Tulsa avoids a check of him. Now left point. Teixeira fires towards the net. It goes wide as it bounced off an Oiler. As Tulsa holds up Utah, hacking away in the far corner, deep in the Oilers zone. Oilers come out of the pile with the puck. Krankovic moves it past Yoon as the puck stays in the Oilers zone. Now they race to the blue line. Puck exits the zone. Grizzlies trying to bounce it back in. Messed in the area. Tulsa Stapley chases after it in the Oilers zone as the Oilers roll it around their own net. As the Oilers playing a game of keep away here with a 2-goal lead. They throw it to center ice. Tulsa lifts it in the air as it was batted by Stapley, and it connected on the baseball whip to center ice. Tulsa fires it back in. No icing is Yoon. Back at his own circle near side, moves it to the Rooster. Martel crosses center. Left wing pass connects. Aragon fires a backhand shot, saved by Junka. He holds on. That was either Aragon or it was Cole Gallant. I think it was I couldn't really tell. 5:56 left in the third. And let's recap the scoring in this one, as it's been a busy night of hockey over at BOK Center in front of a good crowd of 8,090. Alec Butcher scored his first of 2 goals in the night on the power play, 6:22 into the first period. Later on in the first, Jordan Martell scored on the power play on a one-timer from the left circle with about 10 seconds left in the first. Score was tied at 1 after 1 period, with both teams taking 9 shots. Tulsa scored twice there in the first half of the second period. Kyle Krenkovic, 124 in. He got his 7th of the year. And then Butcher with the second of the game, 9:17 into the second, with Costantini and Boudreau getting the assists. Brian Yoon cut into the lead as he scored 11:10 into the second, with Stapley and Messner getting the assist. Stapley had the main assist in each of Utah's first 2 goals. Tulsa got some insurance late in the second period. Boudreau, 16:37 into the second, as the Oilers had a 4-2 lead heading into the third. Grizzlies cut into the lead 4-3 as Semick scored from the high slot, his first as a pro, 9:30 in. Yoon and Aragon with the assists. But Andy Carroll scored on the power play, 12:21 in. Profaka and Weeb with the assist. 5-3 Oilers. We're back to live action. Tulsa skates towards the offensive zone. They get blasted on the right side behind Utah's net. A battle as Oilers feed it out in front. Martell carries it out of the zone. As Jordan Martell crosses center ice, we apologize that we're missing some of the key details of the game as we're watching on the Flow Sports feed. We're really at the mercy of this one camera that kind of bounces back and forth. Gallant over to Semick, who scored his first pro goal a few minutes ago. He had 3 college goals with Arizona State. As Mayhew gets it into Semick, as Mayhew falls down, ice playing some tricks on the Grizzlies and Oilers here tonight. As Tulsa lifts it high into the air, Mayhew came off the ice after he'd fallen down. Hopefully he's okay. As Cutler crosses center ice, and he dumps it in. Grizz chase after it. Oilers back into to the right point. Wesley keeps it in. Wesley fakes a shot, skates towards the circle. Now he fires towards the net. It goes wide. There's just 4 or 5 bodies out in front. There's no real shooting angle. Tulsa dumps it in to the near corner. Oilers skate from right to left in the third period. Utah from left to right. As far corner, Grizz throw it back in front of their net to Wesley. Wesley avoids a check. Now he spins around along the near corner, drops it off. As Grizz will start the attack from left to right. As Yoon moves it ahead, Grizz cross center, skating down the middle. We believe is Cutler. Cutler skates towards the net. It was Cutler. Raby towards the middle, gets triple teamed as he was trying to get the puck. Tulsa gathers it. They skate around their own net. Left point, Grizz get it to the corner. They look to center. It bounced off an Oiler as the puck flips high into the air, bounces in the near circle. Grizz to the left side, centered it. Stapley, backhand shot, save, rebound, shot. And Berg's attempt to make that, Teixeira's attempt goes wide. Less than 4 minutes left. And it looks like icing is going to be called on Tulsa as they cleared it out with 3:53 left in the third. Tulsa with 37 shots, Grizzlies with 25. So here in the third period, Tulsa with an edge of 14-4 on the shot count in the third period. Both teams have 1 goal in the third period. Semick scored 9:30 in, and Andy Carroll on the power play, 12:21 in. Stapley with 2 assists tonight. He'll take the draw near circle of the Oilers zone. Less than 4 minutes left. He wins the face-off. Messner throws it to somebody in the left point. Now they get it across the Teixeira right side. He'll throw it to the corner. Messner gets held up. Puck back towards Teixeira. Tulsa clears it out. They carry it into the offensive zone 2-on-2. Good defensive play by Mayhew, cutting off the Oilers' pursuit. As Mayhew carries the center ice left wing pass to Messner, who tried to chip it in. It bounced off an Oilers stick. Now Tulsa dumps it into the Grizzlies zone. As Teixeira gets it behind Metcalf's net. 3:21 and counting left in the third. Oilers lead 5-3. As the Grizz moving out to center ice off the screen. Let's move the camera a little bit more to the right. And the puck must have deflected out of play as one of the linesmen gets a new puck from the scores table. Draw's going to be at center ice. You kind of have to laugh sometimes because if you don't laugh, you cry. And I apologize to the YouTube audience. Sometimes we just don't get to see the action just based on where the camera is and where the puck is. Draw won by the Grizzlies as Wesley gets to center ice right wing. He dumps it in, and we get a whistle. I wonder if Wesley didn't get to center ice before dumping it in. According to the official, it looks like that's the case. The draw is going to come back to the Grizzlies zone. As it looked like Wesley might have gained center ice, but the official said that he didn't. So 3:09 is left in the third. Draw's going to be back in the Grizzlies zone near side. They keep showing the shot count, 37 for Tulsa and 25 for Utah. Grizz win the draw. Yoon flips it out of play. Did it get redirected? That's the question. Looks like it did. No delay of game as Yoon tried to lift it out of play. It looked like it deflected out of play as he was trying to kind of get it, get the puck airborne and out of the zone from the near corner. Sometimes you're concerned, though, that, delay of game gets called in those type of situations. But they say it got redirected on the way. Utah wins the draw. 3 minutes left in the third. Utah needs 2 goals to tie. Grizz flip it high into the air. It drops at center ice. Tulsa throws it back in. Yoon behind Utah's net. Yoon with a multiple-point game, 1 goal and 1 assist. He'll fire it to his right for Martel. Martel gets back checked to neutral ice. He slides it to center. Tulsa lifts it to Millette. Millette fake dumping it in. Now he got it past Wesley. As now right wing. Lefty shot saved by Metcalf. Boy, not quite sure how the puck ended up back on the right side. It must have bounced off a Grizzly over there. And Tulsa fired a strong one-timer from the right side, but Metcalf made the save. 2:37 left in the third. Tulsa still leads 5-3. And obviously, we'll keep an eye to see if Metcalf comes off for an extra attacker. Brandon Cutler talking with everybody on the ice. Burke, Raby, Mayhew, I think Wesley and Mayhew once again playing a lot of minutes. As the draw won by Utah. Grizz skate from left to right. Mayhew carries it out to neutral ice. Now Mayhew gets to center ice and he chips it towards the right side. Didn't get all the way. It's bounced off of Mike McKee. Burke fires towards the net and Junka makes the save as Burke was in a one-on-one battle with McKee and Burke just kind of tipped it out towards the net and Junka was able to cover it up before Burke was able to run it down. 2:26 left in the third. This would give the Grizzlies a chance to bring in the extra attacker, obviously, and it looks like that's what's happened. 6 on the ice for Utah. Grizz net is empty. 2:26 left in the third. Utah with an offensive zone draw, right circle. Stapley will take it, and the faceoff won by the Grizz. As Cutler throws it to somebody off the screen. Now it's on the left side. As now Cutler gets it near goal line. Cutler dances around in the corner. Now he chips it up top. Grizz throw it back to the left side. Now back to Wesley. Oh, he couldn't reach it. Was skating the other way. Tulsa gains center ice and dumps it in. Mayhew chases after it. He's behind the empty net. Mayhew throws it behind his back. As near corner, Grizz start the attack again. Cutler, less than 2 minutes left in regulation. Slides to his left. Grizzly, Stapley, outside the blue line, dumps it in. He chases after it. Tulsa fires towards the empty net, and it misses just wide. Grizz touch it up as icing is called, and Tulsa, we couldn't really see what happened, but all of a sudden Tulsa was firing towards the empty net as the Grizzlies were advancing into the offensive zone. 1:45 left in the third. Utah with an offensive zone draw, and barring a miracle, it looks like the Grizz are going to lose their third in a row. As once again, they show the specialty jersey on Flow Sports. The Tulsa's winning. Oilers must have won the face-off. They flip it to the empty net, and the puck kind of skips. And no icing, though, as Grizzlies play on. Wesley, long-range pass to center ice. It connects as Burke dumps it in, as the Oilers back towards the far side, and they're able to move it out to center ice. Oilers get to the offensive zone right wing. They center it, centering pass, shot, and a score. And this baby's in the refrigerator as the Oilers have taken a 6-3 lead. Somebody from off the screen fired to the empty net on a righty shot, and it looks like it's Jackson Weeb. Weeb skates to the bench first as he high-fives everybody. Oilers get their 6th goal of the night as Weeb fired to the empty net and got it past Wesley, who was trying to block the shot. So it looks like that's all she wrote for tonight. Draw's going to be at center ice. And you talk about tomorrow, kind of a tough circumstance for tomorrow. Grizzlies will be playing their 3rd game in less than 48 hours. Tulsa, on the other hand, didn't play last night, so it'll just be their 2nd in a back-to-back. As Tulsa, I think Metcalf is in there now. Grizz in offensive territory dumps it in. Junka is going to get the victory in net, his 2nd of the year. It's his 4th game with Tulsa. as the Oilers get towards center ice, and they, who knows? They dump it in as the camera just going back and forth now. As puck looks like it went out of play. Draw's going to be, I believe, at neutral ice in Tulsa territory. Wonder how you get one of those jerseys, the Tulsa specialty jerseys. Do you get them online? You know, are they doing a live auction after the game? Good crowd of 8,090 over at BOK Center. Deep in the Oilers zone, they lead 6-3 as they move it ahead. Yoon tried to poke it away. Tulsa got it back and chipped it off the near wing boards to center ice. Reggie Millette skates towards the left circle, fires towards the net, got it back off a rebound, and fanned on the second chance. As Millette collides with a Grizzly towards the bench area at the Utah blue line, as Tulsa clears it out to center ice. Well, his camera operators everywhere now. Gallant lifts it high into the air, stays in play, deep in the Oilers zone off the backboard. Grizz, sharp angled shot goes wide. Now right side, Stone with a blast that goes wide. Stone looking for his first as a pro. Two Grizzlies skaters had their first pro goals this weekend. Yoon last night. Yoon scored again tonight for his second of the year. And Semick, halfway through the third period, got his first professional goal. As Tulsa skates in at the buzzer, shot is wide. Time runs out on Tulsa, and Jordan Stone goes to confront Tyler Poulsen, as Stone thought Poulsen took a shot after the buzzer sounded. Well, that does it. Tulsa wins 6-3 as the Oilers outshot the Grizzlies in the third period 16-4. Congratulations to Jacob Semick on his first professional goal that came 9:30 into the third period. Brian Yoon had a good game with 1 goal and 1 assist. Brett Stapley had 2 assists, but the Oilers, when it mattered most, they came up with the plays they needed to make. 2 goals from Alec Butcher, Anthony Costantini with 2 assists, Carl Boudrea with 1 goal and 1 assist, Jimmy Lodge had 2 assists, and Jackson Weeb had 1 goal, 1 assist, and a fight. Jackson Weeb with that empty net goal, 1842 in, completed the Gordie Howe hat trick. Kyle Krankovic also with 1 goal and 1 assist. So it was a very evenly balanced attack by the Oilers. They got contributions from just about everybody, especially among their forwards. We'll come back and recap all the scoring and stats from tonight's game. As the Oilers get the victory, their record goes to 9-6-3 on the year. They are 6-4-2 at home. Grizzlies' record falls to 6-9. They are 0-5 away from Maverick Center. We'll come back and have the post-game show in 30 seconds. Once again, the final score from BOK Center. It's the Tulsa Oilers 6 and the Utah Grizzlies 3. This is Utah Grizzlies Hockey, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Final score, Tulsa 6, Utah 3. Both teams had 1 goal in the first period. Tulsa's Alec Butcher got his first of 2 in the game. He scored on the power play with Kyler Wall and Calvin Watson getting the assists. Utah is now 1-8 when the opposition scores first. Tulsa is now 5-0-2 when they score first this season. Grizz tied it up on the power play, 1949 in, as the Rooster, Jordan Martell, scored on a one-timer from the left circle. Brett Stapley and Kyle Mayhew got the assist. That was a power play goal. Utah was 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. Tulsa got 2 goals early on in the second period. Kyle Krankovic got his 7th of the year with Carson Vogt and Jimmy Lodge getting the assist. And then Butcher got a 2nd of the game, 9:17 in. Costantini and Boudrea with the assist. That made it a 3-1 Tulsa lead. Grizz, after it was 3-1, really picked up the pace and tempo. Brian Yoon got his 2nd of the year as Brett Stapley skated into the offensive zone, right wing, then he chipped it out in front. Yoon chased after it. He got there with the puck right before the Tulsa goaltender got there, Julian Junka, and Yoon put it away. They went to video replay after to see if there was goaltender interference, as Yoon got there about the same time as the Tulsa goaltender. We never saw a replay, but the goal stood, and that made it a 3-2 game. As going back-to-back games, Stapley picked up the main assist in each of Utah's first 2 goals, and Mick Messner also with an assist. He now has 6 points in his last 6 games. While the score was 3-2, Grizzlies looked like Brian Yoon had scored a second of the night, but after talking it over, the 3 officials, they determined that the Grizzlies played the puck with a high stick and disallowed the goal. I will say the Grizzlies didn't look like they were arguing it too much. So even though we never did get a good look at it on Flow Sports, it's possible and maybe even likely that the right call was made. Because if the Grizzlies believed that the goal should have counted, they would have obviously argued a great deal after that, but they really didn't. So it must have been the right call. Tulsa scored late in the second period to make it a 4-2 game as Boudreau got a second of the year. The initial shot was taken from the left side. It bounced off of Metcalf's left ankle. And, Tulsa with just a rebound out in front, just tapped it in. Boudreau with his second of the year, Lodge and Millette with the assists. Tulsa led 4-2 after 2 periods. The Oilers outshot the Grizzlies 14-12 in the second period. And when the Grizzlies looking for a comeback attempt, obviously are looking for the type of third period that the Grizzlies had last night, where they outshot the opposition 23-3. However, tonight, it was the Oilers that outshot the Grizzlies 16-4 in the third period. The first goal of the third frame was scored by the Grizzlies. Sadly enough, we didn't get much of a look at it. When Semick took the shot, I think he was off the screen, and I'm not even sure the net was visible on the video feed we saw. All we know is the Grizzlies were celebrating, and the camera was at center ice, and I was just trying to find a way to identify it. And then once I saw Jacob Semick in celebration skiing to the bench first, I had known then that he had scored his first professional goal. And that's certainly good. Semick is getting consistent playing time over the last 3 weeks, and he's starting to play good hockey. Semick had 3 goals in his college career at Arizona State. He was with the Sun Devils for 4 seasons. He had 2 goals in the 2019-2020 season. He also had 1 goal the following year as a sophomore in the 2020-21 campaign. So Semick gets his first pro goal, 9:30 into the third period. You have to feel good for him. That's the second time in this road trip that the Grizzlies have had a player score their first pro goal. Brian Yoon late in the first period last night, and tonight, Jacob Semick, 9:30 into the third period, with Yoon and Aragon getting the assists. That's great for Brian Yoon. It's a multiple-point game, and I think it's his first multiple-point game as a professional. He picked up 1 assist in a handful of games. He now has a point in 2 straight. And for Brian Yoon, it is his first multiple-point game as a pro. For Brett Stapley, he had 2 points. He picked up his third multiple-point game this season. So, the Grizzlies had momentum. They cut into the lead 4-3. Aaron Aragon got a slashing minor, 10:39 into the third. And once again, late in the power play, both of Tulsa's power play goals came towards the very end of their power play, 12:21 in. So with 18 seconds left on the power play, Andy Carroll was all alone in the left side, and he fired it past Metcalf. Didn't look like he went high. Didn't really look like the puck went low. It just kind of got through him. Carroll, a defenseman who's got an AHL contract with the San Diego Ghouls. The Oilers' NHL affiliate is the Anaheim Ducks. I think Anaheim's actually facing Colorado. Obviously, the Avalanche or the Grizzlies' NHL affiliate. Carroll scored on the power play, 12:21 in. Luka Profaka and Jackson Weeb got the assists. Remember, Weeb got in a fight with Brandon Cutler 17-19 into the first period. And that's of note because when the empty netter was scored by Weeb, 18:42 in, with Krankovic and Costantini getting the assist, that means that Jackson Weeb picked up a Gordie Howe hat trick in the contest. 1 goal, 1 assist, and a fight. Weeb's empty netter, 18:42 in, gave the Oilers a 6-3 lead. So it just, Grizzlies had 2 5-on-5 goals. Tulsa had 3, so Tulsa won the 5-on-5 battle 3-2. Metcalf in net in his first start since November 10th, and I'm not sure he's been healthy. I think that's why he hasn't played in about 3 weeks. But 3 games less than 48 hours, obviously he had to go, and he stopped 33 of 38. It's possible we'll see Dante Januzzi tomorrow afternoon. Julian Junka saved 22 of 25. I think that's the way the Tulsa broadcaster said it. When I tried to watch a replay to find out how to say his name, that kind of sounded about what it is. He played well enough to win. You know, he's a big guy, 6'5", 205 pounds. He's got an AHL contract with the Chicago Wolves. So for the Grizzlies, they've now lost 3 in a row. And after getting back to the 500 mark with the victory against Newfoundland 6-3 on November 24th on Black Friday, for the Grizzlies, it's kind of hard to say because every game seems to be its own unique story. You know, the Grizzlies performed well on the power play. They only had 2 power plays, and that's kind of one of the things. Grizzlies only seem to get 2 or 3 power plays a game. The tough thing tonight, the 2 power play goals that Tulsa scored. And, you know, the Grizzlies have had these stretches. I mean, they've had, you just talk about the 2 third periods in this road trip. You know, Friday, the Grizzlies outshot Allen 23-3 in the third period as they were trying to make a comeback attempt. Tonight, you know, kind of a similar situation. Utah looking for a comeback. In the third period, they were outshot 16-4. You know, it makes it kind of tough to figure out because it just seems like every game there's something else that kind of just doesn't go right and ends up making the difference in why the opposition wins. You know, I think for the Grizzlies, I think they feel like they've got the guys that can generate goals. It just, you know, you get a night like tonight, you know, 3 goals, a lot of nights have been enough for Utah, but they allowed 6. Obviously, that 6 was on an empty net and 2 were on the power play, but, you know, it's still early in the season, but obviously it's not necessarily a spot the Grizzlies are used to being in after 15 games, you know, being 6-9. And, you know, you're talking about teams, you know, Tulsa's off to a good start this year, but, you know, Grizzlies have only played Idaho twice. You know, they haven't faced the second-place team, Kansas City, yet this year. They'll face them 9 times in the second half of the season. Can't quite really put a finger as to, you know, what's been going wrong with the Grizzlies because it seems like in each of the losses it's been something different. But you know, I think for the Grizzlies, all they can do is find a way to win tomorrow. The tough scenario about that is Tulsa didn't play on Friday, and the Grizzlies obviously last night played in Allen. They lost 3-2, got in a bus ride. It's not that far. It's probably about 3 hours from Allen to Tulsa. So they were able to get in to the hotel in plenty of time to get some good rest. You know, but tonight obviously came up short 6-3, and then you know, tomorrow, I mean, who knows? It's one of those things that, you know, it's going to be tough to bring the energy. Third game in less than 48 hours against a team that's only going to be playing their second game in back-to-back days in the Oilers, and obviously being on the road. And, you know, for Utah, we had talked about at the start of the season, you know, the Grizzlies over the last handful of years have been a pretty good team away from home. But so far this year, they're 0-5 on the road. And we know that if you do the math and you kind of look at how the standings play out over the course of a season, the teams that usually have the best road records usually end up having the best records. So for the Grizzlies, I know that they can only control here going forward, you know, this one game. And then obviously they got 4 games in a 5-day stretch a couple weeks from now, taking on Cincinnati once and Fort Wayne 3 times. You know, Fort Wayne's a pretty tough place to get a victory in if you're the road team. You know, but, you know, if the Grizzlies want to be a playoff team this year, if they want to be a club that, you know, isn't necessarily playing the second half of the season, playing catch up, you know, and having to play about 750 hockey, you know, that sort of winning percentage to get a playoff spot, you know, the Grizzlies are going to have to find a way to win some of these road games. And unfortunately, here to start the road trip, Grizzlies are 0-2 and they're 0-5 on the road. So, you know, we know the talent's there. I mean, we were talking about before the season about how much talent the Grizzlies have. Just going to have to go out and do it. I know injuries have piled up. You know, the Grizzlies without Dylan Fitz with an upper body injury, and the same case goes with Kay Jensen, who's a good defenseman, and Michael Underwood, who's got a lot of skill. You know, Grizzlies, once again, still without Cody Cron, who's yet to make his Grizzlies debut, and I think he's really going to make an impact, you know, once he joins the lineup. You know, last 2 games, Grizzlies without Corey Thomas due to a 2-game suspension. It's just, and the Grizzlies have had quite a few players. Trent Miner's up in the AHL right now. The Grizzlies have only had, Gianni Fairbrother for a handful of games, and Ryan Sandlin, they're played 1 or 2 weekends. And he's a talented forward. He's back in the AHL as well. And the Grizzlies obviously lost Kyle Betts to a loan to the Belleville Senators. Last I checked, Betts has 3 assists in 9 games in Belleville. The whole year it felt like the Grizzlies, are we going to get Kyle Betts back? And they didn't get him back till April last season. And if he continues to play well over there, who knows if we'll ever see him again, certainly for this season. That you're talking about, a lot of forwards there that, you're talking about really if it's just Sandlin, Betts, and Fitz, that's a full forward line. And one thing the Grizzlies, need to get here is some depth scoring. And I imagine they'll end up getting some of that. But, just kind of is what it is. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Don't forget, it's going to be a 3:05 face-off in the Mountain Time Zone 250 pregame show. We tried to describe the game the best we could on the Flow Sports feed. Unfortunately, there were times it was a bit of a challenge to try to decipher, who was what and identifying players and things like that. And we try to put some description into the broadcast, and so it's kind of frustrating game in and game out when you can't quite, I can't quite call the game to the style that I'd like to. But Grizzlies do return home later on next week. I'm really looking forward to the 3-game series against the Allen Americans. That's going to be a lot of fun. Don't forget the next Grizzlies home game is going to be on Wednesday night. It's going to be a Smith's family night where tickets start just at, tickets are $10 a piece. 4 for $40, 5 for $50, 6 for $60. 4 tickets for $40. Can't beat that. Bring the family out to Maverick Center and enjoy some good hockey against the Allen Americans, a team that does play a fun style of hockey. So I got a feeling next week's going to be a lot of fun here at Maverick Center. And Johnny Walker, who is a very outgoing player, one of the most outgoing players in Utah Grizzlies history. He'll make his return to Maverick Center as a member of the Allen Americans. So that's going to be a lot of fun here at Maverick Center, 3-game series. And don't forget, next Saturday is going to be the annual Teddy Bear Toss, as well as Ugly Sweater Night. So bring your ugly sweaters and throw those teddy bears on the ice after Utah's first goal next Saturday. We want to see at least 3,000 teddy bears. We had over 2,200 last season. We want to see the Maverick Center ice covered in nothing but teddy bears next Saturday for the Ugly Sweater Night and the annual Teddy Bear Toss as the Grizzlies complete the 3-game series against the Allen Americans. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Let's get to the 3 stars of the game before we head out tonight. The number 3 star of the evening is Andy Carroll. Carroll had that big insurance goal that turned out to be the game winner. Well, it was a big insurance goal. Grizzlies had 3 on the night, so the game winner is Carl Boudrea. But Carroll with the big power play goal. He had 1 goal, was a +2. He's the number 3 star. The game winner was scored by Carl Boudrea, who ended the night with 1 goal and 1 assist. He scored late in the second period. He's the number 2 star. Number 1 star was Alec Butcher, who scored 2 goals early in the game, and they were certainly big, especially that 3rd goal to give Tulsa a 3-1 lead and give them a little bit of a cushion. The big thing for the Grizzlies, you talk about the game plan for tomorrow. It's probably the same as it was tonight. Get that first goal and play with the lead. Utah is one of those teams that's been shown here in the first 15 games of the regular year. If they play with the lead, they certainly are a tough team to beat. I think they're 4-1 when leading after 1 period, and they're undefeated when leading after 2. We'll just see if the Grizzlies can find a way to get on the board first, because they're here the first 2 games of this road trip. The Grizzlies were down by a couple goals and, had to spend the second half of the game playing catch up. So I think it'll be important for the Grizzlies tomorrow to play with the lead and see if they can play with some urgency. It's going to be a tough 3rd game in 48 hours, but considering how the road trip has started for the Grizzlies, they certainly need tomorrow's game before they head back to Maverick Center for 3 straight against Allen. Well, that'll wrap things up as we're hanging out in the Grizz Cave at Maverick Center, and the Grizz were over at BOK Center. Pretty good crowd tonight, as an announced attendance of 8,090. 8,090. Time of game was 2 hours and 31 minutes. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and not necessarily the final outcome. Once again, the Tulsa Oilers defeat the Utah Grizzlies 6-3. But congratulations to Jacob Semick, who scored his first professional goal 9:30 into the third period. Brian Yoon had a good game with 1 goal and 1 assist, and Brett Stapley had 2 assists for the Grizzlies. Jordan Martell also found the back of the net for his team-leading 6th goal of the season. Next broadcast of Grizzlies hockey will be tomorrow afternoon, 2:50 pregame show, 3:05 face-off. We know there's a lot of sports and entertainment options out there, so we appreciate you choosing the Grizzlies tonight. I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.